Alright, yeah, no, fuck it. I'm not gonna do that joke. I was gonna do a joke with the crackling fire in the background. Be like, oh yeah, there's real fire behind me, and like have a sound effect of me fucking touching the water. And... No, we're not doing that. Like, the only thing I could find was 10 hours of bacon cooking. Oh my god, but either way, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, it's nice to be back in the order of things. Hopefully you guys don't mind. We're doing Crossout, the game of fancy right now. I'm actually kind of excited because when it comes to Crossout, I think what they're planning on doing is soon they're going to do some type of new faction. I think it has a scientist theme with it. There's been some rumors about that on the forums. Bacon cooking, yes, there is. That's all I could find for sizzling sound effects. It's like bacon. I mean, I guess not. Why not? Let's have our entire backdrop just be nothing but sounds. I don't know. Does that make you hungry? We got music, fire in the background, and now bacon. Yeah, I think the bacon was a little bit too high. It's drowning out the fire. God, this guy's got an entire channel dedicated to it. 8 hours of it too. My the channel for fat asses. Oh my god. Is it a new low? Is it a new high? You decide. Oh god, it's even making me hot in here. I'm getting all hot and bothered by the sound of cooking. 8 hours of bacon cooking, I know. That guy must have had a heart attack after he was done. His lug must have been filled with lard. Although, strangely enough, if you want some, like, good-ass pancakes, if you make bacon, make your pancakes inside of the pan you use to fry the bacon, and your pancakes will be, like, extra crispy and shit like that. That's what I thought of. Yeah, let's transition over before they... Yeah, I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing that shit. But, you know how yesterday we were planning on trying to get that bear cabin? Well, the issue is that the price fluctuated a tad bit, so our price was outbid. It went up an extra $70, and then it dropped down again, and like an extra somewhat. So we ended up paying 20 more coins than needed be, but in the end, we still got the fucking bear cabin. Ah! And this is a beautiful cabin. Sure, it's an expensive armored pickup truck, and we could probably sell it. Oh, yeah, look at that shit. We could probably actually sell this thing for a profit. We actually can sell this thing for a profit. I don't know about yesterday, you passed out. Yeah, you did. You kind of like passed out halfway through the stream and never talked again. I was wondering what the hell's up with you. I thought you might have died. But now you are back here, joined us once again. But no, I really actually kind of want to try this thing, since we have this absolutely gorgeous bear cabin now. Ah, it is so nice. Ultra low profile, has a huge amount of connection points. I think it even has more connections than the previous cabin, than the Huntsman. We could definitely, let's give it the bacon sound. Make a better half track. I mean, the half track we made last time was pretty damn dope. I mean, look at this shit. It's monstrously huge. Didn't you see the final product? This is what it looked like. Although I'm thinking we could probably replace these thin strike plates with the quarter pipes instead, because those look a tad bit better. I mean, flip this shit around and get a more beefy looking truck. I mean, look at that. That thing is still pretty damn nice looking. This thing could kick some ass. And on top of that, it's actually pretty beefy with 2,200 HP, and the weapons being, you know, close to 1,500 damage in total. It's definitely a very hard truck to disarm. Look, I mean, considering that we have two tracks here, I would still consider it a half track. But I guess we could, since this is high power score, it kind of had to be an armored car. So let's go ahead and save the Queen of Trash again. But okay, I see your quarrels here. Let's get rid of these designs then. Those are shit anyway. Let's build a small, nice, compact, low power score cabin. Let's see. Since we got this brand new bear cabin, it's a little bit higher power score than what I would like. It is 750, so it's a tad bit high. So it'll be a little bit hard to make this nice and concealed, but I'm sure we can do something. What's nice about this, though, is that since it's a low power score, we can definitely do these cheap track things right here. Ooh, it's a little bit thin. Yeah, we're going to connect these right here. So we could have it like that. Because then we can have the tires right here. You know what, actually, though? Let's have the tires go, like, right there. It's high, but at the same time, it's fantastic. It's glorious. What do you mean, the old truck? Like, you mean it's high power score, but it's glorious looking? I do like the look of it, too. Apparently this is a tad bit too thin for the tires to connect. Okay, let's try a fatter piece. Let's go like that. I don't know, is that centered on the... Yeah, that's centered right there. No, I'm talking about the bear. Oh yeah, this thing is pretty fucking dope. I love it. It's higher power score, but it has a decent structure. It's not, I think, as much structure as a Jawbreaker. Yeah, it has about maybe 80 more structure. It's not too much, about 80 more structure, but it's more than double the growl, and it's higher than the Wyvern, but it still has 10 power, and it's actually not that heavy either. Yeah, it's like a mix between these two. Look at this. This thing right here has more than double the weight of it. So we can haul a pretty decent amount, and we can go pretty quickly too. Yeah, I want to push back these fenders a tad bit. Yeah, there we go. I love those huge fenders look. So we get this flipped around like that, so that'll look real nice. And the thing is, we could actually probably buy more of those bear cabins and sell it on the market. The supply and demand for it's very low, but the huge price differentiation allows for people like me to actually flip them for a decent profit. So here, what could we attach to this? Let's add a fuel tank. And get a fuel barrel in here as well. So this car is going to end up being pretty fucking wide. It's such a bulky fender. True, but look at that. It covers up the majority of the tire. As well, looks pretty fucking dope, in my opinion. IMO. And then attach this little weird spiky shit to it. Oh, look at that. I got a nice intimidating ass front. And then we can add some baller fucking half tracks here. This will be the other half track. Half track with harder tracks. Looking nice and fucking bendy. It'd probably be a little bit better for us if we move the track back a little bit more. But it's still pretty damn good. What the hell are these things attached to? Oh, they're attached to the frame. Okay. Or we can move that forward. But we can actually move it pretty far back too, which is kind of nice. Alright, so we have 10 power. What could we do with this much power? Well, we do have 3 caucuses, if you remember correctly. So what we could do, it's probably not a very moral thing to do, but what we could do is we can attach a generator to this. Pretty bulky one, sizable. Thing's pretty fucking honking. Probably want to move this forward then if we're going to do that. That's going to be right there. We can cover that up with some armor plating. Or you know what? Yeah, let's do it like that. We can cover up some more armor like that then. But that gives us a grand total of 12 power, allowing us to attach all 3 caucuses, giving us a huge boost in damage. Look at that shit. That's pretty goddamn mean. Of course, that puts us up in the 5k power score range. But still, we're fucking up there in terms of beefiness and power score. And we'd definitely be able to kill a lot of shit with that thing. Oh god. And the amount of power. It's unbridled. And you know, we could probably attach a small radar to this as well. And add a radio. And we could probably actually cover that thing up. Yeah, because we can attach parts right there. Ooh, oh yeah, let's see what we can do with this thing. Or 2 of those AI cannon things. Now we can have all 3 cannon things. So we can just fly around in this fucking car. Unstoppable. Power none seen in this dimension. Ooh. Hey, you know what? Go ahead and cover this thing up. Hey, you know what? Might as well use these huge fender parts. Cover this whole thing up. And where is this then? Attach this part. Where do those go? I'm trying to remember where these are. Canvas roofs. And then we can attach this side. Oh no, the caucuses that were a tad bit too fat. Here we go. Oh yeah, it looks pretty damn sick. Looking damn fine. Have a nice little plow in front. Ooh, it's a tad bit too heavy. We could attach a bumper. It's not terribly big though. Oh yeah, there we go. We can have that on there. Pretty decent structure. We can still ram with that thing. And if anything else, we can also attach some hatchets. So if anyone tries to ram us, we should be able to really keep them off with that thing. Okay, then what else do we need to keep on the sides? Here we go. Oh yeah, that looks pretty nice. So we got a huge ass amount of armor. We shouldn't really have to worry about getting absolutely ass blasted. I'm liking this. Oh, damn it. It's a little bit too close to our max energy. But I'm liking it though. Let's just give it a little test run. Turning's pretty damn nice. It might need some more adjustment. Thinking there would probably be pretty damn good. And then if we keep this off kilter, maybe attach it to that fender. Oh yeah, there we go. It fucking works. Although our car is a tad bit weak. Good God. If it wasn't for the generator, we could easily do it. It's just a tad bit too honking. On top of that, the generator is also pretty damn hefty. The thing is, though, if someone shoots that generator we're absolutely fucked. Because that will be a one-shot. Best armored half-track out there. Well, I mean, to be fair, half-tracks are meant to be lightly armored to begin with. God. We are pretty high in power score. But man, are we fast as shit. Look at this. Oh no. Only 2 specters. Yeah, there's no way you're winning this. Get out of here. You just gave up halfway through it. You saw the who's immediately surrounded. You know what we could do as well? We could also try to fuse these wheels so we can give them extra tonnage. The only thing bad about this cabin is that the radar we have to use is a tad bit honkin'. Here we go, though. We could have... Now that we have 10 power... We could have 2 of these caucuses. And what else could we attach to them? I'm trying to think of what else is out there. Also, the guy's a bear cabin as well. Fucking bye-bye. Ash Blast is the past. But this bear cabin is also pretty good with other weapons. We could have 2 of those autocannons. And then attach maybe a cooler and a radiator to that. Maybe just 2 coolers. So that we can actually snipe pretty fucking far distances. I'm actually liking this thing. This thing's doing real well. But here, you know, let's go ahead and save this. I want to try something different with half-tracks. Not half-tracks, but with autocannons. Bear cabin with legs, god. That would defeat half the purpose of this vehicle, to be honest. Having something that honkin'. You get a nice, fast, agile cabin, and then you attach some fucking spider legs to it. Yeah, we move at a nice, solid 3 kilometers per hour. Yeah, totally fine, man. We ain't moving anytime soon. Ain't no way. Go ahead and take that out. Look at the slick. Alright. Oh yeah, we're still doing the half-track shit. But let's actually use full-fledged armored tracks. We won't move for speed at all. But it'll still be looking pretty sly. Make a proper half-track this time. You want the full-fledged half-tracks? The huge honkin' behemoths these things are? I don't even know if we have enough space for the tires. Oh, we just barely have enough space for those things. We're going to have to make this thing a tad bit longer. So those wheels actually have a space to properly move. That we need to attach to the large fenders to them. So we move those one back. Attach those big ass fenders. Now they look proper. Like well-adjusted boys. You guys look at that. Now we got this huge area in the back that's completely... Like I said, this thing is fucking gargantuan. We can actually cover up a good majority of this vehicle with the tracks themselves. Because the tracks themselves actually act as huge plates of armor. We could actually also take out a huge amount of our power score if we got rid of the fuel barrels. The fuel barrels unnecessarily add like close to 400 power score. Fucking god. Thing's a honkin' behemoth. But the barrels are surely not going to be exploding. And on top of that, this may seem a tad bit overkill for an autocannon build. Just add an improved weapons cooler on there. Add a scope. So we can shoot long ass distances. Attach a radar onto here. Alright, probably that's easier. And there you go. You got beautiful amounts of armor left over. Just got to cover up this huge ass cabin section. Now they have to go with your idea. Here we go. Where is those fucking van covers? And where are those quarter pipes? Here we go. This will be like the lightly armored track. 4.7 thousand power. And of course we're going to have to add a little bit of heft at the front. No one's going to try to ram this shit. And what else can we do for the sides? What do we got here? A little bit too fat, a little bit too fat. Anything else we got here? Yeah, fuck it, let's put these things back on. I'm a tad bit worried about the backside. Somehow we're not overbeared with weight. Okay, to be fair, those caucuses take up 1.8 thousand. I'm not worried about anyone ramming us from behind. Yeah, they can go ahead and try to ram us. That's a 1.2 thousand structure you gotta get through. Fuck off. This thing unfortunately reduces our overall speed considerably. You can probably tuck those in a tad bit more. Fuck it, we don't even need that armor. We could just throw in this shit. The turning on it's phenomenal. At least for armored tracks, that is. I mean, we could do like fucking hairpoint turds. The fudge, it's like an armored car again. It's probably because of the large fenders that give it that really bulky design. But I mean, it's like an armored car. It has a huge truck bed in the back. Ooh, you know what? Probably could have pulled these forward a little bit. You know what? Push that in a tad bit. There we go. Looks a little bit more bulky now. I mean, this looks pretty similar to a half-track. Long-range auto cannons. Scopes on it. We can see in the distance. Radio and satellite and all that shit. And it's really fast for a vehicle. I mean, fast considering what we usually face. Ooh, this shit's a little bit sketchy here since this map has a long stretch of unfettered road right here. So we can definitely do some damage with this shit. Although the scope's a tad bit low for us. Get the fuck out of here. The guy was trying to ram me with his piece of shit car. There's nothing but lights. Oh fuck, he took off my scope too. God damn it. It's like an armored trammer troop transport. I mean, not really. It's still pretty light. What I'm thinking is that you're desiring a little bit thinner and lower profile tracks, so it doesn't look nearly as bulky. I know the who are they in the top of my mind? Not the scavengers, but the lunatics have some pretty ultra low profile tracks. They're very low structure. They're basically like souped up tires, but they're still pretty beefy and they have a high speed. So we could definitely try to use those. I'll show you after this. We can start making those things. We can try those out. They're like a quarter of the size of these tracks. Then we can make a much smaller vehicle. And I could probably leave the radar exposed, to be honest, because if we have that radar exposed, there's really no need to have this huge cabin in the back. We're basically a giant souped-up truck. Now let me show you this shit. So if we go to the lunatics here, what we can make are these things, the small tracks. Uber low profile here. They still got decent tonnage, but their structure is shit. It's only 270. That's still pretty high for a track like this. It's still decent. It's better than the average tire. This is like 100 structure more than the average tire. It could handle being rammed at light speeds. And it's not terribly expensive. The only thing is that we don't have enough wires. But we definitely do have enough copper. And I just sold some copper as well. So we can make these things. And on top of that, we can actually have a pretty decent speed too. As you can see, let's take a look here. This is 6x4. As opposed to these things, which are probably not 6x4, but more like 6, 9, like a good solid 20 times at least 4. Same width, but a lot longer. So we could definitely make some tracks, small tracks. I'm not sure if we could make 4 pairs of small tracks. We probably could. The issue is that we have to farm a lot of wire. And that'll take us a hot second. Other than that, though, it'd be actually pretty easy to get. Here, you know what, though? We can actually make this a tad bit more muddy looking. Make it look more like an orbit track. All gorgeous brown. Let's try this out. I mean, it still, to me, looks like an armor track. The only thing is that if you took off the canopy, that might look a little bit better. It's just I don't want to farm that much wires again. It's hilarious how expensive those tracks are. Making 4 hardened tracks was an asinine amount of money. And on top of that, they're not very, I wouldn't say cost-effective parts, but they're not in high demand. Here we go, let's go long distance here. Ooh, looks like they're not peeking around the corner. Ooh, God, look at that. I love how for some reason, though, I think our FPS just tanked. Ooh, shit, the guy shot us. He has 2 judges too, you little asshole. And he shot up our tires. It actually would also reduce our power score considerably too. Because 2 tracks is the equivalent of 2 hardened tracks. And I believe those are... the small tracks are probably even lower in power score. Oh no, he doesn't have judges, he has fucking executioners. No wonder why his shit did a lot of damage. Get the hell out of here. You don't need them. You don't. I mean, God. I mean, I think, what? Let's take a look at this. 240 mass versus 1,400. Yeah, I think there's a proper counterweight in there. And on top of that, the tracks even extend beyond our entire car length. We can get rid of those tires and move our tracks forward, and the majority of our car would still be, I would say, covered in, like, head-to-toe ironclad armor. That's the one thing about those small cars and low power scores. You think they're pretty weak, they only got a couple hundred HP, and then you have to get through 1,200 HP worth of tracks before they could even start damaging the cabin. But it happens more often. Oh God, a fucking Reaper cannon. That guy's ass blasting these people to the past. For some reason, my cannon. Oh, you know what I think was happening? The scope is a tad bit in the way. I think we need to move that off-centered. What we need to do is that we need to move, I think, the scope onto one of the fenders, or hell, even behind the auto cannons. I think that would work out beautifully well. Oh, look at that guy. Using 3 medium tires. Get out of here, you peasant. It'd be fine moving around. It honestly would be. Instead of having an armored half-track design, just have a full-fledged, like, anti-artillery tank. Do they not have weapons? Okay, I was gonna say. I can't really see where the other guy is because I don't have my good radar on. Alright, he did. Like, seriously, okay, let's go ahead and save this just so I don't have to do anything. But if we get rid of this thing here, we could just slide these on forward. Maybe even one back like I suggested here. Yeah, see, look at that shit. Still pretty much head to toe covered. And we got rid of a little bit of power score as well. What we could do with this instead is that now we can actually add a bunch of light armoring on the outside. So you get 3 of these on each side. Then attach, ooh, say, I'm thinking these. Make it look like a full-fledged tank. And where those other ones at? Quarter walls, here we go. This might be a little bit too thin to reach. It should be just right on the precipice, there we go. Put a Reaper on it, then it would be an armored transport. Do you wanna fund that Reaper build right there? It's only 2,000 coins. God. Yeah, let me show you what the current price on the market for that thing. Is this thing too long? Oh, I think these tracks are one too far forward. Or is that one just one too far back? Yeah, no, this one's way too far forward. Oh, okay. I was just wondering why it looked off-center to me. We don't want these... We don't want the track to get rammed. I was just wondering what the fuck was going on. There we go. So attach those on the underside. There we go. Here is our brand new armored tank. Oh, gorgeous little beast. And you know what? Let's go ahead and actually adjust this, add some more quarter walls here. And that's actually pretty substantial as well. I thought the minigun you had as a Reaper. No, the minigun we have is the Equalizer. The Reaper, let me show you what that is. It is much more expensive. Oh god, it's gone up in price. It's 2.9 thousand now. Jesus. I could buy it. It only cost me It's actually buying. Let's get 20 of these things. Yeah, it's only gonna cost me $58,000. And to give you an idea of how much 3 grand is, currently 3 grand at its cheapest price is $50. Or if you buy a pack, 3 grand would be about 60 bucks. Or I could just use a tramp pack, although that'd be kind of sucky because the issue is that I already have the bear cabin off that. I could sell it for a profit, I suppose. It's only $50. Both each way. All of the packs are technically worth more since they have parts in them that are worth more. So here's our brand new armored car. Has a lot more HP, I think, now too. Yeah, it has like 200 more. The only issue with this one is since it doesn't have the tires in front, if I do sudden brakes and shit like that, my car will flip. Or it wouldn't flip as much, it would just wobble a lot. Probably not this low of a profile, though. We are pretty damn low profile. Look at this shit. It's like ice gliding. I actually kind of like this. Kind of makes me think like I'm in an Indiana Jones movie. Like an armored car you would see coming from the Nazis. Here we go. I see that little bitch. You're mine. Oh god. We're on a tad bit of a terrible hill angle here. The gun depression on this thing is shit. Where are they at? Oh god, they're already here. I seriously just got into position. Drones and sidekicks. Hello, Cancer. Wow, that... I thought I wanted to kill myself recently, but fuck. You might need a better autocannon. Well, there is a... Ooh, wait. Oh, shit. Hard convoys are on right now. Oh, beautiful. Here, let's go ahead and save that over that. We're doing that shit right now. And you know what? Let's go ahead and paint this car brown. Get rid of all the character on it. No. Let's only paint the essentials brown. Yeah, get that military green off my car. Everything else, though, can look beautiful. Untouched. There we go. There we go. We can make a better autocannon, though, because the Nomads do have one. It is the AC-72 Whirlwind. It does more damage at long distances, so it promotes autocannon play. Has, I think, 2 more notches of damage. And the range is definitely longer. It's a little bit more pricey in terms of heat, and it does have a lot more power score on it. We could view it. We could probably make one and use that at low power scores pretty easily, I'm thinking. Like, we could have the 10 bear cabin, so we could have this plus 1 autocannon with a cooler on top of it. And then we could shoot long distances. We won't have a scope, though, which is the only bad side. Well, let's do this shit. This is actually the most cost-effective convoy you can do. And it just started to less than like 2 minutes ago. Beautiful. God, I actually do want to kind of get those 2 other packs for the game, since these are those unique cabins that are pretty sweet looking. Glory to the light race. They always think my Caucasus know what to fucking do. I actually think the Caucasus are actually more effective in PvE than actual traditional guns. Probably this design, though, we could probably actually take off the hardened tracks for this and use the full-fledged armored tracks, to be honest. We could probably actually even get more armor with that and more lights. How does a cannon shot to the fucking face not destroy that thing? Actually, wait, this kind of is concerning. This guy has the, like, $500 paint from that $60 pack, and yet he's using an Avenger cannon as opposed to a... What is that cannon called? The Fat Man. Which does more damage and is turreted. The hell? Why is he using a shit-tier cannon? Oh yeah, we could definitely use it, the full-fledged armor track. I do kind of like this kind of aesthetic though. Would you consider this more of a armored car? Kind of like the bear one we used? Kind of a good read there. You know, what's also nice about this mode, since it's easier, people have a lot less harder time fucking up. Destroy these peasants. Oh, glorious. They all got those nice shitty machine guns. I've strangely never built one of those machine guns, though. Which is strange, because they're technically, I think, one of the most energy efficient per damage guns that you can get. Like, if it did an entire Leviathan based around those guns, it'd actually do probably the highest DPS. Although you need a lot of those fucking guns. It's mostly the scrap that would cost you a lot. But you probably actually could earn a shitload of scrapper from it too. 100 and what, 62 power or just 62 power? With all of those little Avenger machine guns, that'd be like what? I'm thinking that'd be 20 of those machine guns. And then probably 19 of those machine guns. Then you could add engines with advanced cooling modules. Oh, those things would shred apart pretty much any other vehicle. Decent range. They get blown off pretty quickly, but the damage you could do with them. You can also do a car instead with the Defenders. These are the same machine guns. They can't articulate as much. So you'd have like a front-facing car with a lot of heavy-duty machine guns on it. And if you could get a car that could constantly move and pivot, that'd actually be pretty good as well for damage. I'm thinking we probably could try to do a lightly armored machine gun build with the bear and small tracks. That I could see working. I'm not sure if we would use the Defenders, though, or the Avengers. Or whatever the devil those things are called. Ay. We need this copper, though. If you want to continue actually making all of these weird-ass parts. I actually kind of want to save up all my copper. Because if they are rumoring to have a new faction out, I'm thinking they could have it by the time I get back from vacation. Although that's when I have to start streaming less often. Ah, shit. We'll be good though, I think. I actually just love to see what they actually have in store. I'm feeling they're actually holding back until Gamescom. They're currently going to try to hold a European convention. Or have a booth at a European convention. So maybe they're just holding back. Maybe they can announce some stuff there and try to see if they get more people to the booth. God, no one's going to get these in time. Shit, I activated this way too early. Fuck yeah, I think that's all of them, right? Oh yeah, we're perfectly fine. Beautiful. Look at that shit. Only 2 damage on. What is your is mine's. That is what he just said to me. I have no idea. What? I'm confused. Does this guy have a stroke halfway through his speech? Sir, you don't need... Watch me, sir. Ooh. Oh, really? I find it funny a giant semi like that could just flip itself over. Oh, yeah. No. 20 tons. Easy as shit. Just get a little car jack out there. Perfectly fine. You know, I would actually like to see cars like this become common on the road. Because those things are actually pretty damn sweet. They're like fucking mobile homes. And huge gargantuan cars. Of course they have, what? 6 tires, about 10 tires on them. They look actually pretty fucking beastly. That actually be sweet, like, it would be the new convoy vehicles. Or like these giant rail guns here. Like, those would look sweet as shit. Oh, they're strangely smaller than our cars. I feel like our cars are disproportionately larger than other cars here. Which doesn't make much sense. I understand we're scrap cars, we're going to be a little bit lighter since we don't have very well-fitting welded parts, but even then... Oh, sure, boy, we're looking this emaciated. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know what it is, but I think they actually improved hard mode, or actually, rather, made it harder. Because for some reason, melee characters in that thing especially at the very end, they start doing some massive fucking DPS. Get the fuck off there. And like, if they get a running charge onto these things, they can do a good 7 to 10 of their HP instantaneously. And so being in a less coordinated group, they can actually manage to take a good solid 20 to 30% off in late games. Especially when a lot of these people are disarmed and missing tracks too. Ah, fuck off. We're at the end of the stage. It's medium too. Most certainly fucking done. It'd actually be kind of cool. I'm pretty sure this is the same company that did War Thunder. Or what game was that? Gaijin. Yeah, they did War Thunder, which I know a lot of people still decently like. And they're trying to show me all of the various packs I can buy. Yeah, God, no. No way in hell am I purchasing that shit. World of Tank, no. Fuck no. They don't produce that game. Or I don't even know if that game is actually even a thing. World of Warships, no, they don't do that one. They do War Thunder, which is the one where they have planes and cars at the same time. And they're more, a little bit, I think, hardcore than World of Tanks. Although it's not as common. Which really blows my mind, because I actually think that it's a pretty decent game itself. Not sure why that one isn't getting all the praise too. I want treads. No, you don't. You realize how many games you have to play in order to get treads? That guy's smoking crack. Yeah, let's go ahead and put these things on. There we go, look at that shit. And did that actually even reduce our max speed? No, it actually improved our max speed versus these things. Oh, interesting. So the hardened tracks actually add speed. These do not. These add a hell of a lot more tonnage, though. And they actually kind of flow with the aesthetic a little bit better. I mean, look at that. This side of armor actually comes out and protects the tracks a tad bit more. As well as this thing is a lot more power hungry. But we actually do have more parts. So we can actually add a tad bit more aesthetics here. Something to complement this car. What can we do here? Add some more brilliant lights on top. Gorgeous little things. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I don't know. Would you say this is more of an armored car or a half track? It's still technically a half track, but it's a lot wider. Doesn't have as wide of a truck bed. Although I guess you could call this the truck bed. It's just the truck bed also houses the truck. And this is where the engine is stored. Got the huge honking thing right down here. This is all hollow right here. Maybe we could have put something in there. Oh, we could put the radar in there. And we could actually shrink down that backside a little bit more. God, let's make this car a midget, though. Not too keen on that. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this around. Yeah, as you can see, this car is a tad bit slower now. But thanks to only having 2 tracks, it can actually turn a lot better. And I think it's also a tad bit heavier, too. Yeah, this shit is definitely a lot more beefy. I still think it's armored half-track. Yeah, it's definitely more on the armored half-track side. It's definitely a little bit fatter. I'll give you that. I don't know, let's take a look at that. Let's see what half-tracks are out here. Get this type of half track. It's a little more slimmy made with a huge backside to it. Oh, their front end must be empty as well. Here's the type of half track right there. Still actually pretty. It's about as wide as our half track too. Ah, so yes, there it is. If you look to our right, that guy has some small tracks on there. If the humpback wasn't as huge, we could definitely have this. I'm thinking we could try using the bear. I'll see what I can do. I'll try to see if I can make like a high power score version of a triple caucus bear cabin build. That's a half track. Okay, you took 300 damage. Fuck you. There's no way you lived through that. Unfortunately, this thing's a tad bit slow. I actually wondered if the small tracks will actually add as much speed, since they have very little tonnage. I mean, they still have, I would say, more tonnage proportionally to their weight, but not to their price. Their price is ass high. You probably could even race with those things, to be honest, since those things have some superb grippage. You basically would never roll out. Although I've noticed that my armor tracks tend to spin out quite a bit. Okay, how do you manage to fuck that up? You spawn literally on this flat ground. Can you make a convoy truck like that thing? It actually wouldn't be that expensive. I mean, how many tires do we need? I think, let's see, we would need about 6 regular large wheels with 8. Or sorry, no, yeah, we need 6 large wheels with 8 ST wheels. Hey, what's up, Jonathans? Welcome back. And look at that, you're one of the high-ranking members. Glory to the pact. You God. Good, he's got it all for us. Ooh, his car is actually pretty beefed out too. Look at that shit. 4 Avengers is actually not that bad. It's, I think, what, the equivalent of 16 damage ticks? My car's a tad bit higher on that. I'm not taking the chef. Actually, Spectres would be better. I know Spectres are really good for burst firing. I do like the equalizers. And they are a tad bit cheaper in price. The issue is that I think you need close to like 2 or 3 radiators now to actually really utilize the equalizers a whole bunch. How to check top 10? You just do, I think, exclamation point top 10. I don't know, the command should be in the description if I remember correctly. Unless I changed it. Should just be top 10. Ooh, get the hell out of there, crackling fire. Here. There we go. So you have Panda Eye Munch. You have Wet Knight with 1,003 already. It's a fuck ton. League of Pandas. Right behind him. Who is the bot. I'm guessing Exhaust Pandalius excludes himself. There's Fupa on there. He hasn't been in here in a hot second, but he donated quite a bit. Make an armored car with the equalizer. Okay, I could try that. Also got Posh Owl. He used to be in here all the time with Rimworld. And I think same thing with Tiago and Purple Giraffe. They were all here a shitload for Rimworld. Haven't seen Ariam and Relo. I actually Relo in here occasionally. He's always in YouTube chat though. He likes YouTube more. And it doesn't really matter. Both YouTube and Twitch are still good platforms. Although YouTube is now actually paying me. I'm not sure if I'm not allowed to show you my analytics, but I'll show you it after this. It's nothing impressive, but the fact I'm even, like, still actually managing to equate my fucking hobby into cash is beyond me. It's hilarious to me. Not so much Twitch. Twitch is a little bit more stingy. Which I can imagine why this platform is probably a hell of a lot more saturated. Scratch that. YouTube saturated the shit. What am I smoking? It's been around a lot longer. Ooh, oh, wait, I don't have to worry about that. It's just a fucking judge. And he miffed it too. Get out of here. It actually would be nice though. We could actually have a lot lighter of a vehicle with the equalizers. The thing is though, is that we're supposed to have, I think 3 equalizers. That'd be what, 12 power in total, and then we have enough for 3 cooling weapons. Alright, looks like they're not going to get there in time. Get them all down, boys. You're good. And we're still at 91. The unfortunate thing is, like, if you actually explode on top of the car, you can actually take away a pretty effing huge chunk of its armor. Especially if you load your car up with things like fuel barrels and gas generators. It gets us right on top of the cabin, explode. You can take out like 12% of this whole thing. I'm not a terribly big fan of the equalizers. I don't think they've actually improved a whole bunch in terms of damage. Ooh, we could use, I think the Nomads guy we have, the co-driver we have, is actually pretty highly leveled. So we can actually probably use him considerably. It says Twitter, not Twitter. What do you mean? It says Twatter on the advertisement. Does the link still work? Yeah, it still works. Although, I guess you should probably change that. My first tweet that you see is a politically charged one. Oh, whatever. Who cares? What for this is a do. Oh, and for those who don't know, we're currently streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. Follow on whatever platforms your favorites, but Twitch does have notifications appearing on stream as well as having a loyalty system. Advertisement done. Twatter, the best site. It might as well be Twatter because there's nothing but fucking twats on there. Nothing but people shitposting all day. That are getting angry over nothing. The amount of faux outrage on Twitter is absolutely hilarious nowadays. People get offended by the slightest fucking thing. It's just a dumpster fire is what it's probably more accurately called. And it's just awesome to watch. Sure, gets you embroiled a couple of times, but at the same time, you just want to light up a firecracker in someone's hand. Oh yeah, and we're also streaming on Cam Soda, a lovely place. It's an enthusiast great soda website. We also got Live Jasmine, a great website about spices, including jasmine. We also got Creamsicle, which is another soda website. And we also got, you know, Fanta in there as well. What else website do we got in there? My Free Cams is a nice website you use for socializing. It's a very nice website. I recommend you check it out. Fuck, how many other websites are there? We're trying to get a 5th one in here, get the whole hand in there. Trying to get the fisting emotion. What is that 5th website on there? I don't know, Grindr Live? I don't fucking know. I imagine that actually exists though. Sorry to all of those rabbits out there. A beautiful armored track vehicle here. There we go, fuck it. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. Ooh. Ooh, nice. So we actually leveled up with the Nomads again. So we're now level 10. Got some beautiful fenders here as well. Glorious. Let's go ahead and chop these things off. Yeah, see how much weight that took off? Jesus Christ. But here, we could try equalizers. Oh, look at that. It's increased to 105%. Adorable. You need 5 pairs of wheels for the convoy trucks. True, but there's 2 types of wheels. There's steering and regular wheels. The regular wheels have more tonnage and structure, but don't turn and affect your turning speed. We'll probably just do all turning large wheels. And, you know, we'll go ahead and attach this equalizer up here. What else can we have here? I think we could have a defender as well. Get that nice car up there. Actually, you know what? Let's just get a cord. You know what? Go ahead and add some cooling units down here. So we need a charged radiator. Definitely need this shit. Add some improved coolers. I think that's good enough. Everything else isn't as efficient. How's adding this in here to help? Oh, yeah! That's right, we got this shit in here. Completely forgot about this. We don't need... Come on, let me look at this thing. Alright, fine. I was wondering why we had so much... didn't have enough power for that. There we go. Let's say with 15 power, we should definitely have enough for a defender. And another cooler. Definitely want another cooler in here. Then, how much does that light engine add? Absolutely nothing. Let's not do that. Go ahead and add a radar in there as well. And here we go. Top this shit off. So we actually got some pretty decent weapon coverage. Go ahead and add some steel plating to this whole thing. Oh, yeah. But here, let me show you those wheels. What wheels you're talking about are these nice large wheels down here. The benefit of these things is while they're a little bit larger and can't be as covered as well, the benefit is that they have an absolute asinine amount of tonnage, which means it can go pretty fast. The issue is that they drain more energy than a typical wheel, like a twin wheel. And as well, they do have a decent amount of structure. But that tonnage is really nice. So that means they can haul a lot of weight at a decent speed. The thing is steel. Is that what steel looks like on them? It still makes them look yellow. Odd, okay. So this is the brand new vehicle. We don't move as fast in this thing, but it's still pretty good. I mean, if we wanted to move faster... Oh, we did take off a couple of lights here. Here, let's go ahead and add these things on. Let's go ahead. We want to add that to about here and here. We don't want these to get rammed too much. And I think that adds a tad bit more speed. Glorious. And now we can go ahead and add some lights too. I feel like that actually looks really far back to me. This should be able to resist a whole lot of damage changes though. It does have more structure than what the part is on, but that part is also protected by another 19 structure, so it should be fairly beefy on there. Let's go ahead and try this. We'll see how well this works. The only thing different is that the defender is not meant for long-term firing. The gun on top is though. Actually, wait, shit, I should have tested this beforehand. I should have tested to see if the radiator was good enough to actually cause the damage peak on it. Okay, yeah, the radiator is good enough. Yeah, it is good enough. And on top of that, the cooling's really nice. The good thing is that if we slow down, our cooling goes up, but if we speed up, our radiator goes up. It's actually doing pretty damn nice. You can melt these fuckers down real quickly. The only thing about the convoy trucks, I don't think we have enough parts to make it. Because the thing is, that thing has a truck bed as well as having a pretty substantial frame base. No, we should probably take a couple of pictures of this thing, to be honest. So, let's go ahead and take a picture of the backside. Let's go ahead and take one of the side. Let's go ahead, get up here. Faster, faster, you fat little shit. Let's get it here before the thing gets too damaged. There we go, and then go ahead on this side. Go ahead and pass on by. Alright, there you go. That should be enough pictures for us. The underside we don't really care about. It's all frames. But it looks like it's large wheels. It's a container on top of what appears to be a slight platform made out of quarter walls. The issue is that we don't have enough half walls to make up the container. That thing is like maybe a good solid 20 half walls. And the truck also has a couple of parts that are technically not able to be getting in this game. Oh, that's right. I actually have a real gun now, so I have to fire. Okay, I'm so used to the Caucasus and not actually having to do work. Well, this is actually having to fire bullshit. We're actually getting a lot of points, so beautiful. Hey, we forgot to switch to Stone Leaf, but whatever, we're good. We don't need him. The Stone Leaf actually adds quite a bit of damage, though, to our overall vehicle. We might have to make a miniature convoy. I'm thinking what this thing is that it's a full-fledged Leviathan. So it has 160 parts. But as you can see... Actually, no, wait. It doesn't have any exotic parts. Okay. It does have a couple accessories, though, that we don't have. I know a couple of other designs of the convoy truck do use some weird tin plating that existed in the closed beta, but doesn't exist right now. It's only used as light skirt armor on top. I should not be ramming up this wall. Ah, fuck it. Just run. We need to kill these two mines right here. Alright, we're good. You should be perfect. Oh, glorious. And this guy is also decked out for some reason. I think in what appears to be weapons coolers. He has a lot of them. He has a light engine. I can see at least 3 weapons coolers. Which is a little bit expensive. That's like $1,200 in weapons coolers. A little bit expensive for auto taste here. And this guy's face hugging the shit out of this thing. So I currently can't fire at anything. Alright, move out of my way. What fucking tier are you even? 3,000? Get the fuck out of here. I am your immortal god. Weapons coolers for what? Well, this thing uses weapons coolers for absolutely no reason other than the aesthetics, I think. It's also a convoy truck, so my guess is it has weapons coolers in the front to make it look like it has a radiator. Because most cars nowadays have, well, pretty much forever have had radiators in the front where it sucks in air to use for its engine. It's a big grill in front. That's the precursor to the grill. I can shoot it from all the way over here. Who needs a reasonable design? Ooh, shit, who the fuck's attacking me? Get out of here. Do not take off my radiators. It's actually kind of nice though, because we're kind of high up to the point where they cannot take off most of our parts. Beautiful, take off that shit. What you want to do first is actually disarm these vehicles, because the disarming is a lot easier to do since they're using Spectres, which are super ultra low structure parts. Like they have like 70 structures, something that's super easy to knock off. I mean, most weapons do like up to 100, 200 damage a second. So Spectres like that are instantly taken off. And then the 500 damage, 500 structure cabins are taken off right after. Do you guys mind the fire crackling sound, or should it change to something else? I don't know why I have that on. Although it matched really well with the intro. Oh, you bastard. Fuck your oil barrels. It's funny, like, it didn't take off our train plow or even the armor underneath it. Alright, let's go ahead and take off those mines before these things get here. Those guys can handle 3 cars. You can't hear it? I can hear it clearly. Oh, I guess fire crackling isn't a constant sound. Ooh, shit. One second, I need to get rid of these things. This thing does not have great downward angles. There you go. I'll turn it up then, see if that makes a difference. It also doesn't help that my voice is actually quite overpowering over the music, so make it kind of hard to hear. There you go. I turned it up. It should be a little bit louder. It should be slightly louder than the music now. I don't want to be too overpowering though. I don't want to seem like I'm doing this stream outside. Yeah, get rid of your goddamn wheels. The beautiful car exists no more. Damn it, car, give me a second, I'll get out of your way. Ooh, shit, that guy just ran the guy's ass off this planet. Beautiful. Ooh, we can actually do this car without committing suicide. And look at that. We actually managed to keep everything on here. We still got the radiator cooling, another weapons cooler, and the radio. Nothing has actually taken off. Although I guess this is easy mode. I actually thought about getting the parts to actually make a harvester. I thought about doing it. The harvester seemed like it'd be an interesting weapon to have on the front of my car, because it would basically make the front of my car, instead of a vulnerable piece, I can actually start ramming into things and push it off, as well as it allows me to push off like PvE opponents, like the little, what is it? Those little shitty rammers that always do a lot of damage. Since I always have a very high vehicle, having that little harvester right there would be perfect to actually... Yeah, harvester, it's a legendary grade melee weapon. It's a very long melee weapon. Think of those corn harvesters you see on farms, where it's a very long circular cylindrical tube, and the front end of it has the 2-portion cutout, so that little rotating blades that are like 10-20 degrees off of each other spin in like a very rhythmic fashion to harvest corn or something like that. To use to harvest crops, it's on the front of those little harvesters and fields. I'll show you it. It's a little bit different than what you see in the world because it's a little bit smaller, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. Think of farm harvester. You got that. But it's a little bit smaller. Although these vehicles are supposedly supposed to be huge. Although it's kind of weird, some other vehicles here are also a lot bigger than us. Come on, you slow piece of shit. I'm actually quite concerned if I made a convoy truck, it might be too heavy. Because the thing uses nothing but scavenger parts. I could actually do my own interpretation of a convoy, though. It's literally just a truck with a hauling portion to it. And its weapons could actually be sidekicks. So I could have like 5 sidekicks within the car. You'll the fucking build it. Well, let me show you what it is. Got the lunatics here. Here it is, the harvester. So what we need to make is 1 radiator, 2 ammo packs, and 2 dub-zubs. Which in itself is going to be quite expensive, because that is about 400, 800, plus another 800, so $2,000 in parts, plus a $400 billing fee, and then about 50 copper. Okay. Oh no, it's actually more expensive, because this weapon's 470 a piece. Shit, the prices still haven't recovered yet. Which is strange to me, because these things aren't that expensive to build. As you can see, though, it's basically like those corn harvesters. You could also buy it for 2,800. Unfortunately, though, I am lacking on that department. I don't have that much money. These convoys, though, are super good, though, because they offer a lot of reward. I'm gonna try to do as many convoys as humanly possible. The thing is, though, is that it's not very rare. It's very sporadic. Some days you can get back-to-back convoys. On other days, nah. I'm just thinking, though, we're also trying to make those small tracks, which will be probably the first priority. And on top of that, we still need 4 levels with the lunatics, which will take a long-ass time. This music does not really fit the fire crackling sound effect.
Listen anywhere, anytime.
All your music and no interruptions. Wee. Yeah, this matches the fireplace sound. The song's even called Hearthfire too. To the enemy base in PvP. We could use that as a convoy carrier. So it's a convoy and effect, kind of. We have a convoy front with a harvester, and it carries this huge-ass car. Oh, that'll look pretty sick. It'd be a lot easier, though, if I had the money to build it. And, like, buy these parts. Unfortunately, I'm not that rich. I know we also could do, too. Our convoy, instead of having large wheels, we could have it with 2 armored tracks, armored tracks, and then 2 hardened tracks in the front. So we could still have that nice low-profile design. So you could have those hardened tracks replacing those 3 tires right there, and then have the hardened tracks replace those 2 up there. So armored back, hardened front. It'd have some great tonnage on it, to be honest, and those tracks would not get blown off at all. The hardened might, but the counterbalance should be able to protect us. We could try it. Although I'm thinking what we could do is that we'd also need, we would definitely need... Why am I drawing a blank to this right now? Having a vehicle that is towing a cannon, kind of like an artillery car. Oh, we could do that. I'm not sure how well that would work. It would definitely have to be a very low-profile towing car. And on top of that, we don't have very many cannons. We do have 1 articulating cannon, though. Well, not that expensive to make. Maybe we could try to make a fat man. So the big-ass tracks on the back, the triangle tracks on front, yes, we could do it like that. You also gotta remember, these large wheels are also pretty fucking huge. They're about as wide in terms of dimensions as the tracks. So the car should technically be the same width. But like I said, we're also doing the convoy our own image. So I'm thinking is what we could do is we could retrofit one of our old convoy carriers and soup it up with some nice looking parts. Make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Kind of thinking about that. Have the huge truck bed be elevated a little bit so it carries this thing. You only need to kill 2 or 3 of these things. See, we're Gucci, only 2 damage. The carrier. We can even make it the carrier. Which is a tad bit of a tongue twister. But it works, The spider legs do have the best tonnage. It's just physics for some reason are very funky. If the frame of the car is the only thing touching it, it can haul it. But if the tires start touching it, for some reason it adds more weight to it, and it becomes a lot harder to actually carry. It would also help if I was higher level with the Lunatics. If I was super high level with the Lunatics would grant me more access to their frames, which are super lightweight. They have less structure, but they're super lightweight. And we could have a car that's pretty dang beefy. I do like these miniguns, though. They have a decent medium range, just slightly a little bit longer range. Since they're, as you can see, that's about as wide as they get in terms of gun depression. The only reason why it looks larger is because the defender in front is a tad bit big, or has some huge spread. So I'm thinking we could do that. We could have a convoy carrier, retrofit it with this truck face with it, add some caucuses. I think it actually look pretty dope. I need to get the fucking rammer down. Ooh, shit, the fucking thing flipped. What the fuck is he doing back there? He's going Sasquatching. Gotta be surprised a thing like that even exist. The Sasquatching thing actually came from one of their Discovery Channel shows where they described the act of following and hunting the mythical Bigfoot or Sasquatch as Sasquatching. A vaguely sexual sounding act. Titillating to even the most inebriated minds. You want to go Sasquatching, but I'll get the baby oil. Why, man? You never retain viewers. Convoy carrier, that actually seems like a pretty dope idea. We'll try that. You need to get the fuck out of here. Oh, it's glorious. Now, I think we still have a decent amount of fuel, too. We kind of blew all of our fuel, I think, a night or 2 ago when they had hard raids going on. I think it's 3 times back-to-back. Even though it took 20 minutes each, we still earned a couple hundred copper. We're sure I earned close to 1,600 with my teams were partially brain dead. Oh yeah, they got it. Good. Perfect. Shit, nothing here. Kill the Twitter. Ooh, that's right. Have you guys heard about the new... I wouldn't say controversy that's going around, but... It's like a carrier convoy, but it's a convoy... That's carry. It's a convoy's convoy. If that makes any fucking sense. Well, back to that YouTube thing. If any of you heard, it's not like the new Apocalypse, but it's like Adpocalypse 2.0. Where channels that are deemed somewhat controversial, instead of having their limited state being unknown to them, YouTube has now rolled out a feature where people now know what videos are deemed to be too controversial to receive grade A advertising. So they receive some shit tier advertising. And you gotta get the truck out of here. And like, the majority of channels on YouTube nowadays are deemed too controversial for most advertisers. So like channels all the way from Hee Hee Productions down to Max Mofo have been targeted. Even this like pretty unknown channel that does mostly Skyrim mod reviews has actually been hit pretty hard. The Robo is striking again. It is fucking striking again in full goddamn force. While Team 10 gets that tier A advertising revenue. People who do maybe gaming content nowadays are getting hit pretty hard because most of what people consume gaming-wise is fairly violent. Even Call of Duty has even had to tone down some of its imagery to actually appear in some places. So it's safe to say that a lot of places are starting to feel it. My channel, though, has been fairly safe from it, although my channel was recently anointed with the blessing of partnership. Like you were getting a strike. So I can take my channel down. Try, you fuckers. It'll exist until the day is done. Okay, here we go. The crusade is happening before our eyes. It's not so much a crusade, it's more of just less like the communist revolution where everyone slowly receives less and less food and we all die of starvation. It's kind of more like that. I know a lot of people have actually had to like tone back their content, and I wouldn't say start chilling more, but they definitely had to rely a lot more on platforms like Patreon, Teespring, where you can use your own little logos, put them on a t-shirt and sell it to people. I know people have been doing that more often. Rock Pie Baby. And what other things? They've actually started to use other platforms like Twitch, which haven't gone underneath such strict regulations and other weird shit like that. And Twitch, so Twitch is still fairly healthy for content creators to come on to as well. So it's actually been somewhat an opening for people, but at the same time, people who've used Twitch for, not Twitch, but YouTube for a long time are just kind of fucked. They're earning 10% of what they used to. Political channels are even especially hit since they talk about controversial issues. They're definitely fucked. Channels like Philip DeFranco, though, are not as screwed. Not because they fence-fried like a motherfucker, but because they diversified their income. Let's go to Jihad. God, no wet night. Give YouTube any ideas. Hey, make a new robot and call it the police, and make it usurpers of the revolution, or suppress the revolution. I mean, they already kind of do that, to be honest. You could call the new robot that puts channels in limited states a type of suppressor, because those channels effectively can no longer reach their audiences or even any audience to begin with, so I guess you could call that like the type of robot task force. But oh yeah, I promised I would show you my analytics, so here we go. Let me just get this thing going up. I gotta get rid of Crossout here, but here we go. So as you can see, this is my community dashboard. This is what you get when you have a channel that actually has analytics. So as you can see, we got like, generic analytics. These analytics are actually a couple of days behind. But yeah, I've lost a little bit of subscribers, but we actually have gotten YouTube revenue nowadays. So let's go down here. So here's the whole shaboodle that's actually been going up recently. As you can see, it's mostly still my old Elder Scrolls videos that still tend to keep people interested, which blows my mind, but I guess grinds for motifs haven't really changed in a hot second. Oh yeah, and the comments thing, it always looks like it's jacked up. That's because of the YouTube analytics also condenses with the YouTube live stream, even though it shouldn't. But actually, quite a few of my streams are actually getting up there in the top viewed videos. So here we got the scraps, the only thing you need to eat. That's a Crossout video. That's Crossout. This is Metro Last Light, and these is RimWorld, which actually blows my mind. I'm not sure why that's still there, but that's still actually getting quite a few people in. All these old videos, though, still actually managing to maintain a viewership. But here, you know, when those people say they've been fucked over on the advertising thing, what you would see is if you go to your video manager here, you would see that this says monetized. It would say it has the red circle, or not red circle, yellow circle with the cash line inside. And what that means is that your content is marked as controversial. And so advertisers who opt out of controversial content won't have their ads displayed there. The issue is that most companies that are like super, I would say, sensitive about their brand imaging won't post their content on controversial channels. So anything that has violence in it, so practically every video game is struck off the map. Anything political is struck off the map. Let's see what else would be struck off the map. Pretty much any talk shows, I imagine, would be struck off the map, because a lot of those talk about current events, which is mostly controversial. Drama channels, those are definitely struck off the map. Ooh, what else would there be? Besides gaming content, vlogs are not as affected, since those tend to be peppy and cheery, although they might be marked as controversial if there's a lot of swearing in them, or if they're like a daddy of 5 and like make their kids cry type of shit, then that's tend to be pretty severe as well, and those will get struck off as well. And really the only content CNN, since CNN is a corporate outlet, it also has that status as a company, and companies like that probably don't get hit as hard with advertisers, as well as CNN also has, how would I say, on air still, so they don't really need advertisements as much. No, memes. Memes actually probably could get flagged, because a lot of the memes can be pretty touchy here and there. Although a lot of popular memes are just kind of like batshit insane type of deal. That's what I've noticed. Oh, and here's also my live dashboard for those of you who are thinking. Doesn't really have much on here. I do have low latency and DVR and monetization's enabled, but it's not there. You don't have to worry about it. Just listen to the fire roar. Listen to it purr. I'm not sure why we're doing this. But yeah, not really a whole lot to look here in terms of the analytics. I mean, that was verified like 2 weeks ago, and we were in 64 pennies. The creme de la crop. There it goes. Transition over. Oh shit. My bot looks like it fucked up. It managed to actually disconnect itself from my channel. I was wondering why I wasn't doing that. Here we go. Time to huddle around the fireplace. I fucking wish it was. Christmas and wintertime in general is absolutely perfect for me. Besides me no longer sweating my ass off in my room at any point in time, I get to look like Martha Stewart again and have layers upon layers of clothing on. It's fucking awesome. And on top of that, my computer no longer dies in the winter. So that looks beautiful. There we go. Okay, let's do convoys. We still got another hour of the shenanigans. Might as well do it. Ooh, yep. I don't really need to sleep that much tonight. Fuck it. Hey, make a bot that is Santa and gives smallest amount of PP. I mean, I thought about actually changing my bot over to something like, What was it? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it's GatherBot, I think is what it's called. And what GatherBot does is, like, it keeps track of everything, but it also has an RPG system built into the whole mix. So people can actually start doing weird RPG things, going on quest arenas, duel each other and shit like that. Of course, it isn't terribly advanced, and it's mostly dice roll, but still, it'd be kind of interesting. Make your convoy after you're done with convoy. You mean in an hour or after this one? Oh, I guess I could do it right now. See if I can get that convoy carrier. Make it actually carry this big behemoth. Oh yeah, this is the one that actually has parts that are no longer available. So that armor on top is actually completely inaccessible to me, as well as those little hole punched out grates in the front. Yeah, there we go. It should be able to access that now. Beautiful. $33 ain't that bad. It's pretty high. You'll eventually get up there in the top 10s. It'll just take time, as well as me streaming more often. This is kind of hard for me to judge the community's interest in games like Crossout, because Crossout is a very not popular game, or how I should say, it's just unknown in America. It's mostly a European game, and mostly non-English European games, like Germans and Russians love the shit out of this game. But Americans, not so much. I imagine there's a huge Asian market too if it was advertised there. Don't replace those eyes. Boss not being a complete biatch. Oh, fucking Christ. What does the fox say? Who are these normies in here with their late 2000s memes? Can't call on God if you make him cry. The dead heathens. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, shit, I did not see you here, you asshole. Why are you ramming me? I am not the objective. You stuck at all my radiators, though, you little asshole. Normies where? In my team. They're all doing the... Oh, look what the fox said meme. Hilarious. God, all my coolers are out now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill myself. Let me just commit suicide real quickly. Thank God my engine's in front. Somehow that thing's not getting attacked for some reason. And my backside's under threat. I'm gonna start putting train plows on my underside. See if that shit works. I'm actually thinking it might be kind of hard to actually make our convoy, since the... Holy shit, like I just peeled off the entire front plate. It's still a good song. Okay. Tell me about some guy saying yip 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 is a good song for 20 minutes. The only good song that has ever existed in this world. What song is that? Song by Barry White. Barry White is the only artist you need in this world. I would play it for you, but then YouTube would castrate me. I give it up. Ain't no use. I can't help myself if I want to. I'm hung up. No doubt. I'm so in love with you. For me, I can't see. Whoa. Nom 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 is a great song. Oh my God, I remember that song. That's even probably worse than Nyan Cat, to be honest. Like, it legitimately sounds like an elementary school kid just sang into a microphone for a good solid 30 minutes. Saying whatever random shit was on his mind about his hamster. Oh my fucking god. And somehow make that shit top 10. Hey, Queen, Journey, and Bill's Joel. What is wrong with you, Panda? Well, to be fair, you didn't even spell 2 of those bands right. And on top of that, have you heard of Barry White? Like, every single one of his album covers, he's sweating in it. How can you get more erotic than that? Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is not that bad of a game. Although I guess I could. I wouldn't say stream that game, but I could definitely maybe record some video footage of that. Upload that to YouTube. Who wants to watch some Pokemon Go gameplay? Although I might have to start getting some actually good quality microphones there. Are you, John? Is it true that you're actually being a laugh cow? Get the hell out of here, Aretha Cow. None shall exist in this world. God, why is this thing so damaged? I can see why. One of our teammates is just fucking in the background. Oh god. And I'm even barely conscious. I don't understand how these people are. Look at this thing. Oh, look at it. This little baby. What are you doing to it? Ooh, you know what? Actually, we could potentially get that on there. It'd actually be kind of nice if they raised the part limit up to 90. Although that might make easy or convoys or PvE events a little bit easier. I'm not sure if they want that just yet. Yeah, take these creatures down. Actually, no, fuck me. Let's just kill ourselves. I want to get my coolers back down. Not the gay. No, Pokemon. No, Pokemon. No, I will shut you down. I meant the song, not the gay-ass game. Violence. Jesus, calm your horses. I don't even have unlimited data, so I couldn't even stream the game if I wanted to. On top of that, the service here is spotty as shit. Backspace then. Let's do that shit. All you gotta do. Who the fuck shot me? Is one of them stuck in the tree? The G for the G. The GG. Think we're gonna lose already? A lack of confidence in me is inspiring. Backspace then. Damage. Yeah, that's what I said. Backspace. Commit suicide. Kill yourself. Is what I'm saying. In a good way, though, of course. And most models in neutral ways. Oh, okay. Now we're fine. We got over half the HP left for like 2 or 3 waves. We're Gucci. There we go. We got all of our weapons coolers too. Beautiful. What's inside the convoy? I think this may be the one that actually has something inside of it. Let's take a look here. I think this is the one with the mega generator. Yeah, it has 2 of these mega things in here. I'm not sure what they are. I can't really get a close picture on them. Let me just, like, zoom in. I'll take a picture of that. I can show you that after the stream. We can figure out what they are. But my guess is that they are giant fuel barrels. Or maybe actual parts, I'm not entirely sure. It's not really explained. It just says we're carrying precious cargo. Which, for all we know, is the convoy truck itself, because convoy trucks, I mean, are probably pretty damn expensive to make. Yeah, see, look at that. It still has a giant radiator in the back, is using it as connecting parts. Yeah, that thing's being ass blasted sideways. I think actually the cooling capacity of a car is actually higher than 100% now. If you actually are moving a tad bit. So as long as you're moving ever so slightly, you're good. Because this feels a lot harder than normal. Get rid of that gun. Take all that shit off. Perfect, we're good. Probably doesn't help that a lot of these people... I mean, his build doesn't make any sense. He has a cannon paired with... I'm not sure what that gun's called. It's a shitty little Hornet type of deal with a sledgehammer. Not sure if he's doing any damage. I like that background music. Well, thank you. It's, I believe this one is called Vindsvept. He is an artist off YouTube. Does a lot of Scandinavian, Nordic type of deal. Mostly fantasy themed type of deal. And he's really good at it too. He's fairly infrequent with his uploads, but his quality is high work. I love his shit. If you want somebody who's like him, but uploads more frequently, there is Adrian Von Zeigler, also playing his stuff a lot too. His stuff's pretty good. Although it's much more Nordic themed. I think both of their channels are linked in the description, since I use them practically all the time. They're the only artists I use for my music. Or I should say my videos. Whenever I make those. Mostly be doing streaming lately. I don't know, I guess I could do videos on Crossout. I'm not sure what though. I know the most popular videos on Crossout are the ones where they do player exhibition showcases. And building tip suggestions. But other than that, what else can you do? There's not really a lot of thematic things you can do. Beautiful. Okay. So we'll keep this in the storage. So which one should we keep? Actually, no. Can we publish this? No, we can't publish it. Okay, well. We'll just get rid of these. Actually, let's get rid of this. I like that blueprint down there. We'll keep this one saved. Oh, wait, shit, though. Should we keep the King of Trash? Do we not have enough spaces? No, we do have enough spaces for it. Interesting. Oh, wait. Fuck. Well, we got to get rid of that anyway. Well, screw that up. Okay, here we go. We want the convoy carrier, so let's go ahead and download this shit. Assemble! This is our vehicle. Well, not really. It's a adaptation of a previous vehicle design. And what this thing basically does, it allows a type of car to ramp up it. But we're going to modify this ever so slightly. Keep the King of Trash as a memory. That's what I was going to do. I was going to upload it to the exhibition and keep it there. But that's currently not working so well. Here we go. We'll keep that thing nice and right there. So you have the basic design layout right here. It's a fairly light car, actually. And here's the gas generator tucked underneath the front of the car. That's probably not the safest place to put it. It's probably safer here, actually, to be honest. But we're going to change this vehicle design up a tad bit. Modify it ever so slightly for our desires. So let's get rid of these tires. Screw tires. We're going to do something much less space efficient. Use these big fucking honking armor tracks. Oh yeah, look at that shit. It actually might be kind of hard for some of these cars to actually move a little bit. Ooh, and they actually tuck in nicely into the humpback cabin. Although the speed on this thing's quite goddamn slow. The turning though is quite nice. And on top of that, these tires will never pop. It's actually doing pretty well. Take a look at the speed on this thing. The acceleration leaves a little bit to be desired. So what we could do is that we could add an engine onto this thing. I'm thinking a Mark II. Get that nice on top here. Make that extra fucking powerful. Let's get a gas generator up here too. So it does have a little bit more acceleration. Definitely has a lot more tonnage now. Okay. And the tracks should be good. What we need to do now is basically keep this car from falling over. So the biggest thing we can do is add basically little side rails here. Easiest way to do that, super long parts. So I'm thinking, let's use some narrow wings here. Wrong side, and flip it like that way. Thinking about right here would be perfect. Right where it pivots the most. And then, take a look here. Back here as well would be quite crucial. Okay then. And if we want to back that up a little bit more, we can then attach it right there. Make that a little bit higher as well. And we're out of those parts now. Okay, what else do we have that works? Something nice and high. I'm thinking maybe these strike plates would be pretty good. Let's get these strengthened ones. Yeah, see, these are super high as well. And those should be able to pinch those in actually a little bit. Let's pinch those in 2 down. And that should be pretty dang good. That should keep it in check pretty nicely. Shouldn't really kill it too much. Let's go ahead and tuck this underneath here. And then add a small plow to the front of this thing. Okay. We can attach that to the underside right there. I feel like that should be allowed farther back. Oh wait, no, that's right, the hardened tracks are probably keeping it. Okay, well the hardened tracks right here are not too cumbersome. And on top of that, the convoy is going to be elevated. So it shouldn't be touching the side, so we can probably keep it like that. Ooh, good, we got the Adventures container. So since we're on stream, I'll open it up for you instead of selling it. What shall we get? Hopefully we can get a decent part here. I'm looking for at least a machine gun or something. Ooh, that shit's here. I'm not taking that. Something else here. Something good. Because it'll be a nice little part we don't have to purchase. Fuck! Is it really worth that? Fuck it. Because the thing is, scrap is worth about $6 for that. So, not worth it at all. Think of this, looks pretty dang good. The acceleration on it is super shit. Which is funny to me. And the speed is pretty top notch. What I'm thinking what we can do is instead of having these armored tracks back here, what we could do is have them all the way back here notched in. And then we could have some pretty nice low profile tires up here. Yeah, see, look, there we go. You got a lot more acceleration and speed. That's because the heavy tracks, I think what happens with them is that they use too much of their mass, so their effective tonnage becomes really low compared to a lot of other vehicles that we can have. So I think this could work. And on top of that, these hardened tracks also kind of act as a ramp too. Okay, okay. And we're definitely going to want to have maybe some type of roofing here to guide these things in as much as possible. Alright, but now we can start actually... Here, let's attach this down here. Make this nice and flush. What we're going to do is we're going to add caucuses. Since we are a huge vehicle, we really can't handle having too large of parts on here. So let's go ahead and get these bad boys nice and elevated. And I'm thinking this part, will this be good enough? Actually, you know what? Let's have these parts on here. And have these sandwiched in between. So they can tuck this all the way on top. Actually, you know what though? Let's just keep these right here. Let's try to make this too wide up here so we accidentally suffocate these two cabins. And then let's have... Are we actually out of those? Oh yeah, because they're used right here. Okay. Here. Let me mount this right here. Actually, you know what? Let's mount it a little bit more forward. Give it a tad bit of elevation. Ooh, it's a little bit high for me. Oh, it's only too high, right? Yeah, okay. Interesting, so this should connect that. Alright, perfect. So that's high enough for both of those things. Now we have to find a replacement for this. I'm thinking these things should work. Oh wait, it didn't connect to both of them though. Okay, okay. Medium struts? No, a little bit too high. Small struts then. Too small. What about a fender? No, not large enough. What the hell would fit in there then? Ooh, would this fit? Yes, perfect, okay. It's a little bit heavy, but it works. And it definitely keeps it in. And we have some leftover parts too.
There. Life is meaningless and death approaches, so come play video games.
Ooh, what the fuck is this?
Why, I'm Never King.
Oh. Look at that. We managed to completely watch the entirety of virtual firecracking. For some reason the video's having a hard time loading. God, I'm sweating up an ass load here. Just right strut? What? This is just right. The module is pretty good. It's a little bit heavy, but it works. We could try the buggy bumper. Ooh, it doesn't connect to the top. It almost worked. And that would have been pretty damn light. Yeah, I'm thinking that's pretty much the only thing that's going to work there. Otherwise, we have to use multiple parts. Yeah, let's use the hard module. We'll call it good. And that should be pretty good. Although I'm concerned about this not being able to reach the back lines very much. So we won't have a caucus able to shoot behind us. That'll be kind of the concerning part of this whole thing. So I'm thinking what we can do is that we can try to extend this out a little bit on either side. We're using grills because they're able to be shot through and are not as vulnerable to being shot at, I should say. They're still pretty good. And we will reinforce them. What I'm thinking is... flip this around, attach it there. Attach that to that side. Attach this to this side. And they're pretty damn sturdy. Here we go. Flip this around here to that side. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's some pretty good reinforcement right there. You see, it attaches at multiple sites. There we go, that works. That's a double reinforced joint right there, so that should definitely hold up to most fire. And it kind of acts as a cage too, so it actually works out real nicely. And of course we have to have something up in front, and we just have enough for one little more detail. The fucking train plow. Gorgeous. Ooh, that actually adds a little bit of weight though. Fuck it though, we need some armor. It would be kind of nice if we could add the armor to the front of our car. Some structure. Add some large ass doors here. It's unfortunate we can't keep this design nice and slimmed down. There we go. That should work pretty dang well. And you know what? Let's actually hide that generator underneath here. We'll use the engine itself as the cover. It actually reduced the overall speed. Interesting. 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 The engine itself added too much to be useful. That kind of blows my mind. Oh, but we're going to have to add it. It's just right at that little wedge point. So look at that. We still need it. Oh, fucking we're out one part. Shit. Okay, what can we do here? To reduce part load. Because we need that radar on here. We kind of need that radar for our caucuses to be good. Yeah. Yeah, see that now it actually adds a decent amount of power to this whole thing. Let's go ahead and try this. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up and hit the tow flames. Electricity bundles. Well, let's see if this thing actually can carry a convoy. So let's go ahead and try this. Ooh, we got a new Nomads thing. Oh yeah, the Explorer. Here we go. So let's go ahead, save this as a brand new convoy carrier. It's a little bit higher in power score too. Here we go. Let's try this. It'd be a little bit embarrassing if this thing doesn't work. It should work though, because this is a tested and proven model. Although I'm thinking the back van door thing might be the thing that fucks us. Oh yeah, here's the EDM song I hate. It's the one thing I dislike from Vindsvept.
Leave the app, not your music.
Here we go.
Listen anywhere.
The things are hitting me already.
Ad-free. All your music.
Oh, this sucks. This one's a little bit awkward to load onto.
Start your free trial.
Excuse me, as you can see, I need to get in front. Yeah, see, this area is kind of shit to get into. I probably won't be able to load into my car halfway through this thing. Oh, get in, you little fat fuck. Yeah, see, I got caught in the van doors. Ah, shit. It's a little off. Not even much, just a little. Fuck! Alright, whatever. Okay. So I knew the van doors were gonna cause a little fucking stir up. That we can't use those. We shouldn't really need those because we already have these things right here. Our two guns themselves act as huge catches. So we have like 6 parts to use for our front side, which is kind of nice. So what I wanted to do was actually back this thing up a tad bit. Look at that, the tires actually added to our overall acceleration. What I wanted to do is push that back ever so slightly. Make this car a little bit more stout. And it should work. Yeah, we could push this a little bit more forward. What we could do is add, I like this design on the front of cars. Add this with this triple fender, then add the train plow. These both all mesh together extremely nicely. Makes a huge truck look. Let's go ahead. Is that attached to the train? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, though, we do not have enough tires. Fuck. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't have this. That just adds too much. God, that tanks our stats like crazy. Yeah, we'll just have to keep it like this. God, I was actually kind of hoping for that, though. That'd be a sweet look aesthetic to it. The issue is that we really can't have any other cabin besides this. Because all the other cabins are about a couple £1,000 too light for this shit. So we attach the gas generator on here. Give me a hot second. Here we go. Let's slide this off to the side. This should just work. Oh, don't worry, mate. The bot should see you back in here soon enough. Yeah, it already recognizes you in here. Here you go, where's that caucus? And I think we can attach the plow onto here. It's unfortunate we can't add the full-fledged truck look to it, but we got close. Maybe we can add some slide paneling on here. Something to keep the truck from looking like adult. We could try to keep those nice tires nice and concealed. Oh god, how much of that acceleration did that take off? Oh, nothing. Our acceleration shit regardless. Here we go. And then add this on here. I think it's, yeah, it's that way. And add that on to conceal the tires a tad bit. Attach that to the front. Does that need to be one more forward? I think it does. So the train plow should be the one getting hit, but our tires are nicely concealed. A little bit, that is. We might actually have to use lighter armor. This is a little bit heavy. This canvas roof is a tad bit lighter. Doesn't look nearly as good though. Ooh, the van door. Let's try those. Since we're no longer using those on the side catch. Here it is. Tizikar of the Wastelands. And here we go. We'll add some more Van Doors here. They do kind of cover a tad bit better. I know, we'll attach that right there. That should be good enough. What else could we add here to make this a tad better at catching? I think that needs to be added back on. Alright, let's go ahead and try this. Let's see if this works out in convoys. This will be our own interpretation of the JD splices, but this was made by Wazor, so this would be a evolution, like a 3 times evolution of this thing. God, I'm hot as shit. They must have turned off the air conditioning again. I must have turned that back on soon enough. I mean, I'm in very light clothing. I shouldn't be dealing with this shit. Oh, this is perfect. We're at a beautiful site here. We don't have to worry about mines and these things, too. There we go. Let's go ahead and line this shit up. Here we go. Get in the middle aisle here. You should be able to slide right on. Actually, you know, I might have to get over a little bit more. And there you go. I unfortunately cannot see. Okay, well. I can kind of see. There we go, I can see. Ooh, you're gonna have to get out of my way. I can't see. Ah, shit, I can't see again. There we go, I think we might have to have, a little bit higher of a vehicle. I unfortunately cannot see. It's a little bit high for us. I'm not sure why it's like this. I feel like our camera should just be a tad bit higher. Are we even actually firing our guns? They're not long enough. Could be like that. What I'm thinking is our engine's getting in the way. So if you lie it flat down like that, we should be able to help out. And I'm thinking what we need to do is we need to make our car a tad bit higher. Use the mini-map. Yeah. I wish I could. The mini-map sucks, though, for minor details. What I'm thinking about doing is we can add these van doors onto the side of one of these caucuses. Or actually, we could probably add it onto the front of this thing. So, what I'm thinking is, we have these things. And we'll double layer them so they don't get shot off as much. That'll help out a little bit. Yeah, see, we're a lot higher now in positioning. So you shouldn't fuck over our sight as much.
Leave the app, not your music.
Yeah, let's go ahead and try this.
Listen to it all ad-free.
And we should be able to catch these things a little bit better now.
YouTube Red.
Add a scope to help you see. You know, it probably could help us out, to be honest. It wouldn't be that far off. Thank God this is normal instead of it being hard, otherwise I'd be fucked. I definitely could have tried this out in hard. Normal's here, they'd be fine. Yeah, hot as shit, sorry if you're hearing this. I'm trying not to hit the microphone. Definitely better than the days when I used to use that internal shit. Alright, this should work until that little van door thing gets shut off. Although we shouldn't be getting hit as much. Goddamn, we got the bad spot again. Here we go, see if we can make it in front of it in time. At least we got low ping. Get out of the way, fatties. And we might not have enough acceleration, I'm thinking. What's this? An abomination to God. Excuse me, you need to get in this motherfucking truck bed. Oop, it got off to its side again. Oop, there we go. What is it getting caught on this time? That again. Ah, I see. It's getting caught on our vehicle gun mounts. It didn't get enough speed, I think, as well. Okay, okay. Does it help out if we had a convoy testing map? So those two things are just a little bit, unfortunately, wide enough. So we'll add that to there. We'll add that to there. We'll see if that works. It still has the same effect, but it doesn't block the thing's path as much. So that should be all issues scrubbed out then. Now let's take a look here. Look at that. The engine itself was actually an impedance again. Let's go ahead and stick that forward though. And this thing actually adds acceleration. Yep, that engine actually is better. An engine that has less hauling capacity, but somehow is better. And hopefully this means our camera isn't as fucked. So our Caucasus should be able to actually shoot now. Because our Caucasus line of sight is also tied to our line of sight in a very odd way. Our reticle actually has to be on the outside map in order for our Caucasus to fire. So if we're being rammed, or if we have a car inside of us, we cannot actually be able to see anything. And so our guns won't fire. At least the Caucasus won't, even though they're on the outside. Let's see if this shit works. And I'll make sure to upload it to the exhibition, so y'all should be able to see it as well. I'll even take the paint off if you guys don't have that. Oh, this is the cheapest one. Actually, not. It's not the cheapest, it's the second cheapest, though. Can they fire it while scoped? They should be able to, since the scope would be on the outside. But at the same time, you also have to remember, the scope would be very unwieldy to drive. And make everything a lot more fucking convoluted. I'm not sure if it'd be more than in general, but we'll see. Come on now, what the... Oh, is it changing soon? I hope it's not preventing me from actually getting into this thing. I still have 11 minutes. It's like a full mission. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and try this in easy convoys, so don't waste as much money. YOLO if I could drive it like that. We'll see. We might as well try this in easy convoys where it doesn't matter, where it's basically impossible to lose. Bullshit, I clicked battle because I used fuel. I had to use it if I was doing that. How do you guys feel about the fire crackling sounds? Should I change that or just turn it off? It's a niche thing, I'm not sure if it works. Ooh, what the fuck's map is this? This isn't the bad map. It's mostly long stretches of road. I haven't seen that convoy design before. That's sweet, actually. Here, little cars. Let me just ram ourselves on here. What fucking design is this thing? I have never encountered this one before. I think this one's actually larger than... What? I think this one's actually larger than our old cars. There we go. Shit, I did not line up properly for that. Here we go. Let me, yes. I swear I've never encountered this design. Fuck off! You're not helping. That's the biggest one, I think. It looks absolutely humongous. And it's also ultra low profile. So it's actually kind of hard to ram on this thing. And this guy keeps on ramming it. Can you stop doing it? I'm trying to line this shit up. Yeah, no. God, can y'all get off my back? I'm trying to scoop this thing up. Yeah. This... What are they doing? You know what's funny? That guy actually has a $200 skin on his gun. It's too low profile. It's strange, I've never seen this design before. It must be one that's only allowed in low power scores. Probably one that's actually tougher. Yeah. It's too low profile. Well, that's odd. Okay, let's go ahead and try this then. I want to at least get this thing on a convoy and see if it works. So I can just be like, fuck all. Good night. See if this is the creme de la crop I've made it out to be. There we go. This one is hard as well. I've never seen it in hard. It must be a new one. I seriously never... This is like the one... I only see this and the desert one. And the one with the little ball chain at the end of it. Rarely do I see shit like this. There we go. Onto the truck bed. I did not approach this at the right angle. Excuse me, can you get off? Scooch over, let me get that thing on. And it looks like the front is going to be a little bit thin as well. Okay, I see what's wrong. Let's scooch this shit out. It's funny because I thought this thing was going to be too thin to begin with. So that should be very wide enough to actually house everything. I'll use that as a door stopper. There we go. All kinks should be worked out now. I have wasted like $5 worth of fuel on this thing. Ah, whatever. It was all free fuel to begin with. Who cares? Money's not a worry now that I have most things I want. I mean, other than legendary weapons, but I mean, I won't be getting those at all. Actually, the only legendary quality weapon I want is actually the porcupine. Other than that, I really don't give a shit about much. Wasn't so much fuel. And on top of that, I can't be replaced in those matches, so those people are kind of fucked without me. Who needs good morals? If only we could have this, the protected, the Caucasus range going even farther. Any tips for leveling fast? Try big black Scorpion. Great for EXP. Also buy some white quality accessories from the market if you can. I have no idea who he is. Lower rear ramps. The rear ramps are about as low as they get. They drag on the ground. Seems handy working with a non-working carrier in-game. They don't really need a carrier. Medium's not that hard to win. I could do it with 2 people, to be honest. As long as you guys have good firepower, you're Gucci. Here we go. Let's see if this works. God, we got so much power score from all the armor. Let's see. Just deck your car out and bling like that and get 1 or 2 kills per game and you're Gucci. As well as a big back Scorpion type of deal also works out a lot. There we go. Wrong ramp. Wrong ramp. Oh god. Pick up the other side of the hill. I'm just gonna do that. Let's just get up this hill right now. That's all I'm worrying about. Get on this nice flat area. There we go. Let's see if we can get this. Hop on, big boy. Hopefully the camera is high enough not to get effed over by this whole thing. Ooh, nope, nope, nope. It's going around me. Cheeky little SOB. There we go. Again, I still missed it. There we go, come on. A little bit farther. Fuck it, I think that works. There you go, fuck it, it works. It needs a little bit more speed, but it's gonna work. And on top of that, these nice side rails will keep it nice in place. Will the Caucasus work? No, they will not. That is hilarious. Interesting. Why aren't they working? Interesting. When carrying a car, Caucasus will not work. Odd as shit. And it looks like they took down some of our van doors too. Alright, I'll have to look off to the side. Yeah, it looks like the car though is fully wedged in place. But it looks like we're going to have to replace our Caucasus with sidekicks or something like that. Ooh, screech to a halt. Don't push me into the mines! Why are you pushing me? Stop. I can move on my own. I didn't flip the car too well. Had to ram him. Alright, whatever, I can handle this. This is first person. Oh, rude. God, if someone's still ramming me, can you please get off my back? Interesting, what am I caught on? Interesting, the car's caught on nothing. Come on, up the hill. Come on, you've already climbed bigger hills. What are you getting caught on here? Yeah, let's approach this at a jauntier angle. Alright, let's pick up speed then. I think in the middle of this car area is gonna need some wheels on it. Now the guns have perfect angles to fire upon. It's just the convoy itself is... I'm apparently stuck on this hill for some fucking reason. Even though there's no indications that I'm getting stuck on any object. There we go. Neither of the side ones, none of them are firing. None of the caucuses are firing. Put tracks in the middle, that's what I'm thinking we could do. I could put one of those hardened tracks in the middle. Allow for some decent movement. Center. Ram up this hill. I know I'm gonna caught in this shit too. Ooh, there we go. It's a little bit hard to see from that angle. Get fucked. Okay, so look at this. None of the guns fire. Interesting. I'm gonna... Can someone clip this? I'm gonna want to send this in to the moderators and whisper it to me. Don't put it in chat, whisper it to me. If you post links in chat, you'll get timed out. Just whisper it to me. I'm gonna need to put this in as a bug report. Hello, caucuses clearly have firing capacity, but since I'm hauling a big-ass cargo, they don't work. They don't work anymore. I'm a little bit wider here, so you're gonna have to forgive me if I hit anything. This card is actually handling pretty well with most things. And the double railings on here definitely help out a lot. Let's go ahead and turn that around. Alright, we're gonna have to do this in first person. Put manual weapons on. I don't have enough parts for that, though. I'm thinking sidekicks would help out immensely. Putting on sidekicks, drones, all of that shit would work out a lot better. It's also quite nice because those things are a hell of a lot lighter. Here we go. Keep hauling. Ooh, shit, what did it just shoot off? We got 3 equalizers. Damn, they're shit, though. At least on this thing. Do you think I could do anything with, like, this? I can hardly even see in front of me. I'm going in first person right now. This is hardly first person. I can hardly see. Alright, this is nice. I love not being able to see. Nothing has been taken off yet, so this is pretty damn dope. Get the hell out of here. Little midget car. And the glorious god being. Ah, shit, what do they take off? Oh, I'm just bottoming him out here. Here we go. Let me just back this shit up like a pancake. Now the scope would get shot off like crazy. Yeah, you know what? I got in a bad position here. Thinking if I drive up this side, I'll be better. It'd be really nice if I could see. You know, back this shit up. I think I'm missing wheels or something. Well, I got that off my back. Fuck it, let's commit suicide. Boop! Yeet! It's going all the way around. Yeah, so, see, the Caucasus can fire like this. Perfectly normal. It's going back into its original track. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, the guns fire like this. They fire before. You probably won't be able to see it though, because I think all the enemies are dead. Yeah, actually, I probably should have went that way, like, did an S around that bend. Oh, we still have some enemies left here. Watch. The guns fire. See, they're all firing nice and easy, getting destruction points. Maybe it needs legs. God. Not that shit. The legs would be interesting though, because the legs would really allow it for some huge clearance. It could easily walk up hills. It would just be unbearably slow. Yeet! Yeah, see, Spider Legs couldn't go this fast. This is like 3 times faster than the Spider Legs max speed. Alright, okay. So these guns do not work. Unfortunately. So what we're gonna have to do is that we're going to have to use some drones. These fire independently, so these shouldn't encounter nearly as many issues. So we'll put some here and here. One in front, of course. Get all sides covered. And then we have a couple more left. Okay, perfect. So we'll have a sidekick on this side and a turret on that side. Actually, you know what? We should probably have it behind us, to be honest. Ooh, 15 power. Okay. Ah, yes, the engine and that thing are bottoming the whole thing out. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Because what we can do is something like this. I I think that'll work out pretty damn nicely. Middle wheels, that's right, middle wheels, before I forget that. Yeah, let's go ahead and use these. Why not? And it works out a lot better. Now let's go ahead and add something here to cover this thing up. Let's see, what's the front of the headlights? Nah, it looks ugly. Alright, and the engine actually benefits this whole thing too, so it's quite nice, in fact. Let's go ahead and... Fuck! Shit. Okay. That's gonna be quite a difficult raid to actually complete. Since we're no longer concerned about weight as much, we can go ahead and add in these parts in. The benefit of having these parts in as opposed to the old ones is that these ones have an assload more structure. I think that one was a double one as well. Was that? No, it was a single. Okay. Let's go ahead and lift that up. What do we got there? I think that was this, right? Yes, it was. Beautiful. Look at that. A little bit more weight, but a hell of a lot more armor. And that was this. Yeah, look at that armor. Like an extra 700. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go ahead and test drive this shit. See if this thing works. It's mostly drones, unfortunately. But we do got a couple of sidekicks. And drones refill now in PvE, too. If I could give it long tracks. I would do that, it just doesn't work very well. It has a lot of things to shoot at, so the drones don't work very well. Wouldn't really mess over speed that much. We probably could just put gun-mounted wheels in here. Yeah, look at that shit. But what about hardened tracks, though? It tanked acceleration like crazy. Okay, see, that's the perfect balance right there, it seems. Because once you start adding more, you get that speed bonus. But not really. And go ahead and add an armored track to the whole thing. It actually really cushions out the middle of it a lot. I mean, look at that. The unfortunate thing is I think the tires on the car, the convoy itself, would actually bottom out. So this is seriously the only thing I could do. Let's try it. We don't have any more twin wheels. We only have 6 pairs. We're not that rich, mate. We're not that rich. The reason why I'm not using armored tracks is that they're, how would I say, obnoxiously heavy. That's the one thing that we can't use them for. If it wasn't for that, we'd use it. Let's see if this works. This is lunatics. This is not as hard, but we'll see. Still concerned about this shit. We could go ahead and add on those light tracks again if you want to get some light armor on there. It seems no one wants to do this shit, though. Totally understand. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and cancel this. Let's do a hot break for a second. I need to use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Listen anywhere, anytime. All your music, no interruptions. YouTube Red.
We'll do legs at some point, maybe. But right now we need to find 9 kps. We need to find some group to do this. Some coordinated group, though. Something that would be a worthy bragging rights. Yes. Hopefully our car can actually do some damage. I'm just worried that once the convoy hops onto us, we won't be able to actually shoot. Or my drones won't be able to. My sidekick should be able to, though. Hello. Just to let you know, I will be carrying the convoy. Hopefully. It might not work. And we'll go ahead and add on Perseus, since he has that drone damage. Get the extra little bonus in DPS. It's sad that I can't use full-fledged guns. There we go. Well, these people are actually pretty damn decent. I mean, look at this shit. These guys have 10,000 power score. I can't even get that high if I wanted to. And maybe I could do it with legs, but probably not. Although it looks like no one else is actually offering to do raids right now. Yeah, the bet should. It's seeing that's the issue. Now you're testing a carrier. Well, this carrier is technically fully functional. So I should be able to work. It's just whether or not it successfully works. Wanna go as is? Bring out the carrier. God, no, that needs someone else who has the actual parts to make it. If someone wants to get the PD carrier and then dragging out the PD carrier, we could try that. And this is good. I mean, I got 48 cans of soda next to me. So we're good for the next, like, 7 nights. It's all diet caffeine free, too, so don't worry about my health. I just won't have bones. There we go. Keep it running, boys. XD! Huge shit as bricks if you went to Brawl mode and saw people with 12k power scores. Tell your friends about the carrier. Oh, if they ever search up PD on the marketplace, they'll know all about it. Oh, you bastards! Don't take off my drones just yet. Ah, oh, shit, it took off one of the important rails too. Shit. There we go. Up, 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 up. Ooh, what is it getting caught on here? Nudge it in. Fuck it, let's go. Let's see if this thing works. Ah, shit! It got him buckled again. What is it getting caught on? Is it the aircraft engine? Must be my engine. It's on. Oh well, it's good enough. Now it's long enough, it's just like buckled on my engine, I think. Yeah, it's buckling on my engine or some shit. Or maybe it looks like the side rails actually might be too wide for it. Or too small. No, that's the side rails, okay. This is the ultra-wide convoy carrier, so this one I'll have to make an exception for. Now it's the engine. If you look to the sides where the drones are held, you can see it's buckling right there. Everything else though looks fine. It's not stuck on the engine, it seems. It's almost working though. I can kind of hold it in place. Yeah, where the drones are, that side rail. A little bit too wide. And on top of that, it's also trying to reverse out of my cabin, which is causing more resistance, which is not allowing me to climb this hill. God damn it. Stop resisting. Side rails are a little short. We can keep it like this. I wouldn't mind it like that. Here we go. I gotta slide it off. I can't use it as is. The thing is, like, if it's 1 or 2 more notches on either side, it'd be perfect. Just a little bit unsatisfactory right now. Here we go, though. We got the drones, though. Nice and mighty high. You can't stop me. And these things refuel quite easily, too. It seems the sidekicks, though, are getting focused down a little bit too quickly. I saw that guy. There he is. Why didn't you stick the engine on the back? Wasn't thinking at the time. Calm your tits. These things are getting smart. They're using the ramps. It's been disarmed left and right, left and right. See, the caucus one would have been perfect for this thing. Why do you put armor tracks on the front? I'll buy the tracks. The engine's fine where it is. It's literally just the side rails. And on top of that, I didn't want the engine making contact with the back wheels. Let's go ahead and commit suicide. Put the equalizers on. No! The thing is, too, is that when we have the convoy loaded, the drones would actually be able to see when I can't see. So it lasts a little bit longer. There we go, got it for them. And on top of that, I mean, this car is still pretty damn slicker than a mudslide. There we go. Climb up here, boys. The middle wheels, though, do help us. We're no longer getting caught on stupid shit, so it does help out a lot. As long as we don't get focused, we're actually pretty good in terms of damage output. Let's see if we can try to carry this thing again. I guarantee you it's just the little two middle consoles, though. Little side rails. Expand those outward a little bit more. The front one is fine, because that's where the cabin's held, and the cabin never gets any bigger.
Music, no interruptions. YouTube Red.
There we go. We're an aircraft carrier right now. A honkin' mess of an aircraft carrier. Yeah, can't stop us. Ooh, beautiful. And the sidekick drone's actually doing work. Beautiful. And I think actually having that long-range radar on helps out immensely. And getting that extra little bit of assistance from the co-driver as well as the engine helps out a lot. With the decreased timer on this, I effectively get about 160%. So it's better than having an extra weapon on. Ooh, get the hell out of here. It's getting on my ramp. It hacked me. Oh, shit, get out of here. Oh, dude, that one's kind of screwed too, because I have... This thing has an eagle eye advantage. Ooh, shit, it's already taken off my drones. Oh, beautiful. What we could also do is we can keep that sidekick in the back. Keep that thing nice and protected. So what we just need to do is that we need to expand it out a little bit more. We should be solid. We might have to use a different part, though. I'm not sure what. And I can't really commit suicide anymore, so this is the last chance I get. Shit. 2 of my things are already gone. Ooh, that's interesting. The thing starts reloading immediately after I deploy. And I think the engine actually contributes to that 20%, or that, was it 40% reload time? So it's cut down in half. Well, that's beautiful. The thing's actually recharging really quickly. It's gonna be less than a minute, it's gonna be back up. And I have all my shit back up. And it's actually nice, we still got a little tower left too. It's beautiful, look at this shit. Here, let me get out in front and take the hits. I got nothing else to contribute. Shit's almost reloaded, I'm almost useful again. I didn't know it actually contributed to the reload time after depletion, so this actually, engines become a lot more useful now. What's he doing? I'm not going to ramp up on this shit. We know we can't. That I can't, I should say. And it seems the less drones I deploy, the less they focus me, which is strange because the AI for the player, like player drones and caucuses, do not focus AI drones, companions, and shit like that, and turrets, not much at all. But yet it seems our characters do it exclusively. You want to get on there, mate? Ooh, nice. Look at that money. Nice. Let me just adjust this real quick. Here we go. That should be enough, I'm thinking. That might be a little bit too wide if we do it like that. Yeah, attach those on either side. Attach the drones. Point them that way. You think not wide enough? It's pretty damn wide. Could make it a little bit wider. We don't have any more spare parts though. Have to take that off. And if we can attach that right to there. Try it like that. See if that works. We can just collapse that down to right there. Alright. Let's see if this shit works. Oh, that's right, we have to make this thing wider. Snap that back. Snap this back. Attach this to here. Get that on this side. I think we only made it 2 back though. Alright, let's see if this thing works. Whoops. And storage, we need to get some fuel here. Is it cheaper to buy 1,000? Hell no, it's not cheaper. I'm level 30, so I hope so. I'm still here and extremely tired. Well, thank you for stopping by, man. And if you want to leave at any time, feel free. I mean, it's totally up to you. Don't feel like you have to be here just because I'm on. I'm much less responsible. And I'm using all 8 eat, man. Trust me, I'm using all 80. There we go. I probably shouldn't stick myself out front, per se. Wait, I have to, though. Fuck. Okay, bye, you suck. Fuck you at night. Hey, give me the monies. There you go. Scooch up, scooch up. Oh, that guy's a harvester, too. That's sweet as shit. Turkish power. Oh, shit, they're back. Hey, what's up, Laylam? Welcome. God, fuck time is it even in? It's only 12:30. Lost an arm already. Now I'm good, I got everything. Want some kebab? God, no, I've ate too much already today. I'm fat as shit. Hey, I'm working on my crossout. Hey, that's all the excuse you need. It works for me. Ah, shit, what is this guy doing? Not sure if that helps me. Oh god, what the fuck's going on here now? Do you really believe in justice? Do you love justice? Justice? Serve nothing but the hottest Middle Easterns, throwing nothing but the glorious tantrums straight the fucking fiery hills. Help, how do you see top 10? I think Wet Knight's already answered, yeah. Everyone believes that TV is justice. I think that is some state-issued propaganda. I will not believe in your heresy. Alright. If you didn't ram this shit prior, I could have saved you from this impending doom. You know, you guys can go ahead and kill yourself. I don't give a shit. Jump off a bridge and die. You should play Honey Select sometimes. Honey Select. That sounds some weeb grave animation. Is that like the same developers who made Hoonie Pop? Because it sounds suspiciously like that. Ooh, shit, move out of the way. Oh, god damn it, these little bastards are ramming my arms. Please, let me just carry this motherfucker. It's not that hard. These people are being spiteful little assholes. Ram it on. Glorious. It's almost there. It's getting caught on something. Not entirely sure. Ooh, thank you. It's a good little bump. There we go. Perfect. Fucking wax. We made a 30-year-old man play Sexy Island Premium Resort because we were his only viewers. He bought a Japanese game for $88. What? You guys harass this no-name streamer to play some hentai games? Oh my god. Can you please move? Oh god damn it, now the car disarmed again. How... Ah, fuck. This is not how I wanted this shit to go. Alright, maybe if I get up here, I can ram this thing on. Not helping. The lows, of course. I hope you all gave him your Turkish ruples to pay for that. Ah, God. What is it? This fucking little moth. Get the... And that weeb. Yeah, I'm like getting assaulted by 7 different things right now. Alright, it's... Seriously, this one fucking moth. Murder you like the Third Reich. You need stronger arms. What I need is some not bullshit physics on here. Yeah. Can't move at all. Since his wheels are making contact with my body. God damn it. We did not pay for that shit. We don't donating for fanboys. God, you guys sound like those gentle giants. It's only $88. It's probably nothing in yen. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. We need to try this again with a full-fledged speed. Fuck it. I can't do it right now. I need to make the front a little bit wider. That moth, you need to die. Just land on the wall, you... There you go. Fuck you. Get out of here. No one loves you. I think it was pissing me off like crazy. Glorious to the halls of Valhalla. Maybe you can find some lovely moth lady to procreate with. Hostage that my boy, we see the 6 alive, but it was censored, but the semen was there. Also, there was no nipple. And which platform was this on again? You're meant to be the carrier. You're meant to be a carrier. God. If only Wazor was down to do that. Unfortunately, though, he's too much of a bitch. He sees it as an affront to God. Now, I know it was on PC, of course. Who the hell makes anime games for console? That's for fucking fur fags. No. YouTube... How the shit was he not caught for that? Especially now that they're turning down into the whole communist party with their shit. And Mill's the outside. I think what's happening is that he's getting caught on the front again. It's not wide enough. We need to change that down. So if we widen that out a little bit more, it should be able to allow the thing to get pinched right in. That was the whole issue right there. He just made the video an hour again. But I feel really bad now. I mean, you really shouldn't feel bad. He did it himself. That was his fault. If he capitulates that easy to viewers' demands. I mean, one day he was going to accidentally like meet him in a park and get abducted. Make the arm stronger. I mean, I wish I could make the arm stronger. We don't have the fucking money for that shit, though. Begone, thought. If a thought thinks, what is that? Is it a thought, or is it a thought that thinks of thoughts? These are the real life questions. Just wait until I resurrect. For the final stage of evolution. Be rebirthed into a new archangel. Ah! Come sit on my lap. Your laptop? I shouldn't sit on your laptop. I mean, that is a precious piece of technology that many Ethiopians could eat off of. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, look at that. The drones are perfect for this thing. Oh goodness, no, not this shit again. No, whatever. I'm YouTube partner verified. YouTube can't touch me now. What is... This sounds like some Santa Claus fan fiction here. Getting some odd vibes. Am I gonna have to call the ASPCA or Homeland Security? Oh boy. It's going there. Hey, at least it's not me, I don't give a shit. As long as you roleplay with your heart's content, see who the better Desu? Is that it? Ooh, shit. Guys, caught little sidekick drone. Get the hell out of here. Thing kept on ramming into me. I thought we were amigos. At least it's not on Twitch. You know, I really can't be bothered on it. The thing is, though, is that, whenever this stream is archived, all the comments made by Kill All the Muslims or whatever from these Turkish trolls, they all get marked for spam. So whenever they comment in the channel, I have to always go through it. It's just a huge folder of all of them spams. The thought, call him the thought. What interesting thought. I hope he realizes he's making this thing take like 7 times longer than it needs to be. I'll show you an exotic later. Wait. How does that thing come from all the way to the back and then merge out of my body forward? What shit does it do? Yeah, something tells me when you're pile driving a car into the ground ass first. My train of thoughts thinking not the best. God. You Turkish people sound like you came from like Los Angeles down at the Team 10 headquarters. Boy. Let's go ahead and buy 10, fuck it. We can sell this shit. And those. Here we go. This should be wide enough. It's 2 more parts collectively. I'm not sure if using the actual anatomical name is as breath-inspiring. But we'll go with it. Of the depraved situations you find yourselves in. You know what? Let's go ahead and put in 100. Come on, give me some of this shit. One more game. I gotta see if this works. Oh, God. I've seen brothels within The Witcher 3 that are more cleanly than this shit. My foot that I've dragged through 3 years worth of dog shit. Cleaner than that shit. Oh, God. No, it doesn't. It's actually... I don't know. It's very slightly over it. I would hardly say that's enough to cause an issue. If anything, it elongates that current ramp right there, and that's not the issue, it's the tires that cause an issue. We don't want them to connect with our vehicle at all. Ah, God. It's an anime series with 7 parts. The cucker has been cucked like cucked none before. He knows no bounds. I don't know how she's pregnant if all she gave was a blowjob. I mean, unless it's like some weird alien thing where like if you drink it goes all the way down to your reproductive tract. I think Tobuka, I think he's calling you fat. You're eating too much. He thinks you've gained 50 pounds too much. Ken, I feel so bad for you. It sounds like your last was more than a taste. Fuck, 150 ping. This European shit, get out of here. If I wanted to be this fucked over, I'd live in Turkey. Right here. Perfect road to be on. Oh, he's already turning, what the fuck? Oh shit, 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 shit. Come on, line up. Give me it all. Oh yes, perfect. Get the fuck up there. Shit, its wheels misaligned. Come on, there we go. Up, 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 up. A little bit farther off. Just drive this way. Ooh. Slide back in. It looks like it just didn't slide in just far enough. Well, fuck it, this works apparently though. And now you made my baby drink all that shit. Well, it won't drink that necessarily. What happens is that the semen would be digested by the... Oh god, what the fuck happened here? First person it is. It would eventually receive the nutrients through, once it's digested, it would enter the duodenum, be absorbed mostly, and then would eventually be incorporated into the blood from their end, which then would be transferred through the umbilical cord to the developing fetus. So it will absorb the nutrients of this. What am I getting stuck on? I can't see. Can't see. Can I not move forward or some shit? This thing must be perfectly tacked on. What am I getting stuck on? Fuck, just keep it off. Looks like my visiting size was taken off. I think I actually need to readjust where that is, actually. There we go, here he goes. My hand gets chopped off. Dermatitis says, well, I'm gonna hate this chops. The cuck side begins. Wasn't he already cucked though? Wouldn't he already be ready to join your ranks? What is this shit? I'm not following the plot line of this thing. There we go. Yeah, there's no way I can get on at this point. I'm totally fucked. I'm not sure how I can make this ramp, this thing I used to find my site, any wider. How good is all the tails of the cock? God. Does that make you a cuck as well? Are you just as a degenerate as him? Or are you only there to drink his essence? The story's been started and recorded. Fuck it, it's been embedded on my channel forever. This video will stay up in its glorious presence forever. Goddamn, why is this thing taking so goddamn long? I'm 3 times longer than this piece, oh crap, and I'm faster than this thing. Now I just record the awesome tales, the tales of the cucks. The 3 cucketeers. Please tell me you already have a tale about that. Like a triple cucking, if that's a thing. Like you go to a very unsuccessful gangbang. That would be a good tale of the 3 cucketeers. All at the same time. No success. Beautiful. The story would be a meandering miasma of various fluids and erotic storytelling. Better than Twilight. Goodness me. Is Leyland the god? I thought Kill All was your god. Was he downgraded recently? Was he demoted in the Steam group? Please tell me that wasn't so. I thought he was the master. Or was he cucked? God, why is my FPS taking such a shit? Woo! There goes my car. It just came fucking up and kill the still god. I think Laylam, though, they're starting to worship you more and more. I'm just taking this place for now. You could make that forever. With just a little bit of tenacity. You could be the glorious master of all cocktails from here on out. I mean... well, I'm sorry, no. Laylam was the one usurping your throne. I wasn't doing shit. I'm an angel. The real one is here. And yet cocktails was recorded the ones of the other cocks. There we go. Let's see if we can actually get this thing on. Since we have a full-fledged ramp this time. Here we go. Get this shit rammed on. Here we go. Ooh, God, that was a terrible speed. Get in there. Oh, fucking beautiful. Instant perfection. Look at this. Finally! And now, will the drones work? Yes, the drones still work. He's sustained by the ever-flowing juices. As long as I don't die, I'm Gucci. They really aren't aiming for me, though. They're aiming for all of my drones. Which kind of sucks, because one of my drones is right where my sight stick is. That's what I can call it. Help me kill these shitholes. I'm a very sensitive being. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Welcome. And it's good that you're on Twitch. God damn it! I can't see anymore. Little shithole. Don't you dare attack me, I'm a god. Alright, I have to go purely based off this mini-map now. Oh god. Dude, perfect! There we go. That's perfect. Thank you. I can see now. This is a little bit sickening, though. And I can't even tell what's happening outside. I'm, like, protected in my own shield. My own safe space. Get the fuck out of here. Ooh. The cucketeer is becoming the cucked. By nothing other than the cuck lord himself. Well, this is fucking bullshittery. And now we have all the Johns here. Oh, wait, Green John? Like John Green? The famous author? The one who makes all the tweenage shit about depressed teenagers dying? I need a little bit of bump here. Can I get a push there, matey? Thanks. I probably need to make this car a tad bit lighter. I think I can't see shit out of here. There we go. Perfect. What a perfect man. Killer's doing what we all think we can't dreamed of. I think he's only doing what his Turkishness implies. Cucking and being cucked are the two only states Turkish can be in. Mostly being cucked. Thanks, it changed my appearance. Funny thing is, though, on Twitch, for some reason, it's a huge backlash to have that type of color as your name. For some reason, that really irritates people, and I don't know why. They're, like, really irritated by it. It's like bold. Little red cape. You know, I think this build's actually really good. All we gotta do is fix the little sight stone, and we're perfect. Probably not using vans on the area where it's gonna get hit the most. It's probably not the smartest thing to do. But it was the only thing we really could do. Shit! They still haven't disarmed me, though. It's all we need. Just keep all of our weapons. Laylim is feeling the full force of one Turkish cube. Woo! Shit. Is it hitting me or is it hitting him? Turd. Final follow night. What do you mean, Jonathan? You can keep your green text. I don't give a shit. I just know for some people that was a thing. I'm not sure if it's still a thing. I'm not sure if people are still pussies about that. Well, that's just what I remember. Like, I think it was Cholera Ninja who was a really big person against that because it really hurt his sensitive eyes. Like he needs a fucking contact commercial or some bullshit. No need to change for me. I am but a humble streamer. Oh, thank God we can actually see again. Okay, so good. This shit actually works, which blows my mind. As long as we get that initial speed and accuracy, we're like golden. Although we're missing our middle tires. Tire, I should say. Can we climb up this hill? Fuck yeah. Puss about what? This guy, Cholera Ninja, he used to do League of Legends shit, but whenever you go into his stream, one of his main rules was that you couldn't have the bright green text as your character name. For one, back then Twitch didn't have a night mode and probably still doesn't, so it was very hard to see a person's name when they had the green text. So he was really like against that for some fucking reason. And then if he actually did have it, he would actually ooh, dum. Thanks, y'all. Let's go ahead. We'll actually go with Dum. Haven't played with him a hot second. Oh god, what the hell's happening here? Puts the dick inside of Laylim. Ah, it's so big. Pounds. Ah, it's so big. Your ego is more than master. Inside the booty hole is getting filled with the seed. Damn you, I should have been more silent about my rebellion. One day will exist. Laylim, I'm not sure if whispering it slowly into his ear is being any more secretive about it. I posted the stream before he thinks that Master will not notice. He owns the group. Maybe Laylim owns his own Steam group, you don't know. What do you actually know about your amigos? Sure, why not? There we go. What can we actually do to fix this thing up a little bit more? It's already pretty goddamn solid. We just need to fix this thing. Take a look here. What do we actually got for extra parts? We could try straight pipe it. So if we just use nothing but pipes, we probably could actually do this. Wait. And like double pipe this. And then maybe we could even extend it a tad bit more. So we have like 2 areas where we can actually have this. Is it heist? Oh, wait. Wait, did hard raid change from convoy? I have 2 people in my group, no one else wants me. You're loyal to the one true God Master. He is a perfect alpha male. Oh, how did you guys react to, what was it? The Adam Ruins Everything? He had a thing about how alpha males didn't exist. I imagine you guys were all fucking about that shit. There was like nothing. Oh, it's convoy. Okay, so I was right. These guys are just being simpletons. We got this though. Let's go ahead and paint this shit though. Paint it all. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't know why I'm even painting it like that. It looks like crap. Something to carry, not carry or anything. This thing can actually successfully carry. No bullshit. It's just very particular about when it can do it. I am amused. Not actually amused. Oh goodness, Jonathan. You're tearing me apart in my heart. I'm really saying such dastardly things to kill me. My perfect ego is getting good. Fucking. I want to go with treat back in my safe space. Where I have nothing with my old lube. And my flashlight. A perfect God's creation. There exists and nothing else in the world can be perfect. And I'm tired of shit. Thought decimator. Not realized that. Group search is pretty good at the moment. Nah man, ain't got nothing. So can you whisper in this panda ain't amusing? A thumbs down for him to get executed. Did click and ready? I'm doing everything. I am a goddamn angel. I'm being perfect with these people. There's no way they see me as a bad creature. Although it's kind of sad that even with nothing but drones, I am still the highest power score. It's kind of sketchy. Hey, that may... I don't know what you talked about. I guess we even got the guy with the rapier again. God, hopefully we don't get decimated. I'm thinking about actually moving that side road thing somewhere else. Whenever we get rammed, I think it's instantly plopped off. I think it's good. Don't have to worry about it. Okay, thumbs down, but I want to get there and be a lot of blood. So put him in the pit with a lion and he gets a sword with no armor but a loincloth. Fuck the loincloth, go fucking full skinny dipping into that lion's cravenous pussy. I'll kill that effer in no goddamn time. Do you think a Polish panda bear is any sort of fair fight for a lion? In any capacity, I am like at least 3 pounds heavier. Fuck this shit. Oh, this sucks. I'm stuck. What is this heinous bullshit? Great, great, great. Perfect. Here you go, I need to recover this just in time. Scoop that. Oh my god. It's perfect for this. Hopefully the guys are just going to continuously ram this fucking thing. And they seem to be perfectly ready for us. Prepared delicately just for our tastes. Where the hell is that thing going though? Turn this shit. I probably should have not done this. Excuse me. Gotta tip this thing over with anything. And we have the local fat ass here eating already. Ooh, shit. What did he take off? No, don't take off my ramp, you asshole. I'm about to kill myself. Why are they all after me? I'm not even the target. Fuck off, you hippies. Here we go. On the ramp. How beautiful. It's gonna be a tad bit sketchy since I have, like, none. Everything else left over. We still have a little bit of our sight stick left. We might actually have to make that taller next time. At least for now we can reside on the side. Here we go. Perfect. God, though, our sight's still fucked. I mean, regardless whether or not we're already pretty much guaranteed to win. It's hard right with the lunatics. This is the easiest one you can do. Ooh, shit. Wait, did that actually do any damage? He didn't take off a single wheel. I still have all of my parts. The hell did he do? Yep, my sight sticks down. Yep, a little bit higher. Ooh, God. Yeah, there's no way I can drive this piece of shit. I thought it would be high enough. It's taller than the convoy itself. Why is this fucking working? Ooh, goodness. Okay. I'm trying to use the minimap as well as humanly possible. There we go. Perfect. Keep it like that. Oh shit, please don't tell me he took off all my tires. I can't see though on that side. God, please don't tell me the tires are gone. I'll probably actually have to replace those with the armored tracks themselves. Here you go, just tip me back up. Yeah, I think my tires are gone. I can't tell at all. And all this collision in this game is making me lag so fucking much. Since I have to perfectly render in the car and this convoy at the same time. Got the nice pimp gleam going on now. Things all gonna have me. Even it's getting impatient. Well, shit. Yeah, I'm kind of too damaged to actually carry it anymore. All my shit is gone. Here, let me just commit suicide. Everything is gone anymore. As long as I don't take off everything this time, I should be perfect. Come on now. We got this shit. Ooh, come on. There we go, perfect. Yep, side sticks are not too high. So we still ain't seeing shit here. I think as long as we ram forward. Oh, god damn it. What happened? It was perfectly on. How the hell did that happen? This perfect car already existed. Doesn't help I'm getting blasted by... Why am I the only one being targeted? Anything else to do? She already has. It's right there, attacking the whole thing. Fuck it, just get in here. I'm embracing you. If someone can stop ramming this guy... I thought I was the only one here supposed to be doing this shit. Come on. Just get in there. That was a perfect ramp in. Yeah, there you go. He ain't getting out. I'm thinking what it is that since I got rid of that, not fender, but that little decorative piece that acted as a lip, I'm thinking there's nothing in keeping this vehicle from reverting back out. Why did he feel the need to ram me? And now my sight sticks are gone. Got all these guys that are ramming me. This shit is your problem. Now I'm stuck, I think, on something stupid. Let's get me out of this shithole. There you go, perfect. Yeah, see, I don't think having 4 equalizers on this thing would work nearly as well as you're thinking. God, how was my eye? Was it 67K? It's dying on this application alone. Or actually, no, I don't think even my CPU is the one actually getting throttled like crazy. I think it's the game itself cannot physically handle this many assets colliding with each other. I think it's because this guy is ramming me that I can't move. No. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's still the case. The wheels right there were making contact in the center. Maybe what I need to do is I need to add the armor tracks up a little bit as well. Ah, fucking shit. Yeah, I need to add that lip back on too. And there goes my sidekick. And my drones. Fucking perfect. I am not your objective. Why are you ramming me? I'm not sure why this AI is so stupid. Yeah, see, like, it just passed the objective entirely. Yeah, let me just sit here and ram. Me tired, so let me see. Well, thank you for stopping by Wet Night. So this was a 2-bit long for lots of you people. Keep that in mind next time. Thank you all for joining. Even if you've already left. It was wonderful to see all of you again. Even the Turks, who are most certainly gone by now. Yeah, not sure if I can really... Flipped? Totally fucking helpful. And look at that, you got at least another 100 PP from all this. And definitely with John and John. Kill it all. End me! Even though they're strangely shooting at all my drones, they actually haven't done a whole lot of damage to me. They've done less than 1,000. They're actually really bad at killing me. And the drones themselves are a huge ass distraction. If I got rid of all the... not the sidekick drones, not sidekick drones. I got rid of the regular drones, the flying drones, and replaced them with sidekicks. I think I would actually... probably wouldn't get hit nearly as much, because the drones... You said my name, Jonathan? Nah, I always thought, since you kept changing the color of your name, I thought there was 3 different Jonathans in here. It's gonna confuse the shit. It was all my own plight. This guy keeps fucking ramming him over. This thing is taking 20 minutes longer than it should have. Though my voice is getting coarse already, and I need to be up tomorrow for... Oh, what is that thing called? That eclipse that is going on, where the moon passes in front of the sun, creates a path of totality across the United States. I'm not nearly close enough to actually get in the path of totality, but I should be able to see somewhat of a partial eclipse. I actually really like to see that shit. I'm all the way up in Michigan, so probably wouldn't be able to get anything done. Hey, thanks for the runs, y'all. I'ma head out for the night. Thanks again. Okay, we'll finish up this design too a little bit as well, but I think we'll call it here. We'll call it here. Solar eclipses do. Pink is not my color. You are now the golden boy, the golden goose of the chat. Nothing but the precious little golden goose. Oh boy. Oh, wondrous little money makers. But either way, thank you all for joining me. Sorry, this is a bit longer than I had planned on for, but we actually made a lot of shit, and I'm actually happy about all of this. Even if I'm quite fucking incoherent. But other than that, there should be social media links down below if that's any of your fancies, as well as Discord if you want to join the community. Other than that, I won't make any promises about being on this week, but I'll try. I'll try. But other than that, everybody, I'll see you next time. Bye.